The town of Dover held a very special secret. It was under attack, engaged in combat with Slim, and had been injured, perhaps from overuse of its powers. Parents always needed strength for housework, and knights constantly hunted monsters. Even children worried about similar pains. In Dover, a girl appeared with pink hair, a potion bottle in hand. She declared, "This is a medicine I've concocted. It can be used to destroy monsters. I'm a renowned apothecary in Dover, so everyone, please come to the Dover Apothecary." That's me. Two individuals enthusiastically promoted the potion, claiming it was on a whole new level compared to cheap quack remedies. If you drink this medicine, they asserted, the magical power within your body will increase dramatically, unlike previous potions. Someone nearby asked, "Excuse me, sir, what's the secret to making this medicine?" It turned out to be a reporter. Thus questioned, the girl chuckled softly and replied, "It's because I've recognized everyone's efforts. The cost of ordinary medicine is high, yet everyone continues to work tirelessly even without the money to buy it. So, isn't everyone's health and happiness what an apothecary should strive for?" The reporter continued, "Haha, you're too modest. I hear you have your own secret ingredient. Is that right?" She responded, "Yes, that's right. I'll let you in on that ingredient. It's this manna potato." The reporter, surprised, pulled up the plant. "You're kidding. This little thing has such a powerful effect." The girl cried out in alarm, "Wait, if you pull it up." Before she could finish, he'd already yanked the entire plant out of the ground, much to her horror. The manna potato, when uprooted, would combat anyone nearby with incredibly high-frequency sound waves. The reporter felt the sound pierce his ears, nearly shattering his eardrums. Those nearby suffered similarly. Even a nearby cow was affected. The girl, also hit by the piercing sound, froze, a thought striking her. Could it be the manna potato's high frequency that made her realize this wasn't reality? Could she be inside a game called Save the World, playing the role of an apothecary being interviewed for the town news? The reporter suddenly cried out as she pulled down her hood. "It's Saria Estriel." This was Saria Estriel, the heroine of our story and the apothecary NPC of Dover. In reality, she was an NPC in the virtual reality game, Save the World. Save the World was a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG, with a top-tier crafting system, ranked among the best VR games. Its NPCs were AI-driven, and players cooperated to defeat monsters, battling countless beasts while following the storyline to save the world from destruction. The presence of a main character within the narrative, alongside the players, added to the game's widespread appeal. Using VR equipment allowed for complete immersion, letting players become warriors adventuring across the continent. The realistic graphics contributed to its immense popularity and widespread acclaim. Suddenly, an error message appeared. All players will be disconnected from the server in a few minutes. Although still in beta, the server has encountered an unexpected error and is shutting down. All items will be lost due to this error. Without a bug, untraceable, its origins shrouded in mystery. Even professional gamers, drawn to the challenge, had tried. But none had succeeded. The game never ended. Save the World remained perpetually in beta, a full release always just out of reach. The screen flashed a prompt. "Do you wish to install this application?" And she had. Now, the incessant system error messages were driving her mad. 12 straight hours of this. Unbelievable. I quit. Haven't they complained enough? As a system operator for Save the World, she was constantly bombarded with player reports and complaints. Whenever a bug surfaced, she had to dive in as an NPC to fix it, primarily tasked with character checks and AI maintenance. This is the 308th error. How many more are there going to be? Every other bug was manageable. This one, I can't even pinpoint it. She sighed. "I'm just a low-level employee. Why am I stuck with this?" And over time, too, clinging to the hope of a full release soon, she joined the game to address the issue, oblivious to the future that awaited her. Playing more than 180 minutes a day is detrimental to your health and can even impact your life. The irony wasn't lost on her. Back in the present, in the town of Dover, the reporter Damien asked, "So, shall we move on to the next question?" About the pricing, Saria Estriel thought, "Damn it, a character name above my head. This is insane. This is the virtual world inside the game. But how do I log out?" Damien, noticing her distress, inquired, "Are you feeling unwell? You look a bit pale." Saria Estriel lowered her head. "Yes, I'm not feeling well." Internally, she panicked. This is completely messed up. She blurted out, "Excuse me, I have to go. Have I been in this game for 2 years?" She wondered. 2 years in game, but only 24 hours in real life. I logged in at 11 p.m. on Friday. So now it's 11 p.m. on Saturday. Panic seized her. I've been trapped in this damn game for a whole day. No, I need to get out of here. She frantically hit the logout button, but a message appeared. Unable to disconnect due to an unspecified error. WH what? You're insane, game. She screamed. Log out. Log out. She hammered the button, but nothing happened. What's going on? Is this another bug? How do I get out of here? If someone disconnected my VR headset, I could escape, but that's impossible. I live alone. Besides, if I'm connected to the game, it just shows me as active, like a normal player. My colleagues won't realize I'm trapped. A chilling thought struck her. What's happening to my body? She wondered. My body hasn't had food in 24 hours. What state is it in? After realizing this is a virtual world, I tried everything to get back to reality. The easiest way is to find the nearest NPC and report the bug. Damn this game. It's so annoying that the developers have set it up so players can only report bugs through NPCs. I'm the only NPC in Dover, which means I have to trek all the way to Count Hallie's mansion to find another one. Another notification pops up, currently outside of operating hours. Operating hours are from 9 to 1800 hours, standard administrative time. Saria Estriel is furious. She's stuck because NPCs don't accept bug reports outside of business hours. Are you kidding me? Players are practically dying, and the developers are clocking out. What kind of game is this? The second option is to get attacked by a monster and die. Then a notification like the one before will appear, and the player can choose to either restart or log out. Since this game lets players enter a virtual world and actually feel things, it'll hurt a bit, but to survive, I have to resort to this. However, when an NPC's HP drops below 10%, they're automatically teleported back to their starting point in Dover. Saria Estriel panicked. Huh? What? No. The moment her HP dipped below 10%, the system teleported her back to Dover. Damn this cursed game, she thought, seething. It's always so quick to sabotage my plans. Someone asked, "Oh, Saria, what are you doing here?" Saria thought, well, there's only one option left. Last time, my health decreased gradually, giving the system time to recall me. If it drops all at once, it'll definitely work. I'm a little scared, but to get back, I have to do this. It's just a game, after all. But alas, life isn't a dream. Even dying proved impossible. This time, she was bounced back by some kind of barrier at the bottom of the cliff. It seemed this place didn't want her to leave. Figures. Saria Estriel cried out in frustration. Why can't I log out? It's like these deities. This demonic game won't let me out. But I won't give up. I'll just try again. Every day, Saria Estriel went back and forth between Dover and Hallie's mansion, spamming angry messages. I'll spam this chat into oblivion, she thought. One day, after 2 months of relentless reporting, she finally got a response. A new notification appeared. Hello player, I'm GM Ari. Are you trying to report a bug and log out? Finally, the developers had noticed her. Saria Estriel was overjoyed, a buzzing hive of relief. Yes, I'm finally getting out. I'm so sorry, but I've been trapped in this game for 2 months. I couldn't log out, couldn't escape. For months, I've been trying everything, testing every challenge to figure out how to get out of here, and now I've done it. This is the first time I've seen that name, but if they're a GM, they must be in the development department. Wiping away tears, Saria thought, since this is a critical error trapping a player in the game, they'll have to disconnect me immediately. A message appeared on the screen. Oh, is that so? Not being able to log out must be frightening. Saria gritted her teeth, her hands trembling. Frightening? Are you joking? I'm trapped in this game, and I'm not even a player. I'm an NPC. I'm a game operator. I got stuck while I was working. The developer responded, oh, I see. Please wait a moment while I check your information. Saria fumed silently. Seriously, I'm in dire straits here, and the dev team can't even be bothered to check the game operator's information. A notification chimed. Thank you for waiting, Ms. Estriel. Game operator, I have completed verifying your identity. You're logged in as the potion-making NPC in Dover Village. Saria replied, that's correct. May I ask if the developers have found the cause yet? She immediately reminded herself to stay calm. They were the only ones who could help her now. Losing her temper wouldn't achieve anything. The game developer responded, after checking, it seems there was an error during our server scan. I will report this to the server maintenance team and find a solution. Can I get back to you later? Saria practically yelled, absolutely not. I've been waiting 2 months to report this bug. What's more, I've been in the game for over a day. What if I die in here? Saria seethed. Damn it, this is urgent. Why are they so slow? A new notification made her heart leap. In that case, I will send a staff member to your home to disconnect your VR device. Saria shouted, excellent. Please send someone immediately. Overjoyed, Saria sank to her knees, eyes sparkling. I am alive. I'm finally getting out of this cursed game. Though, am I celebrating too soon? A new message from the game developer arrived. Hello, Mrs. Streel. I apologize for the wait. Saria sprang to her feet. So what's the news? Unfortunately, I have some bad news first. Saria's stomach dropped. What? Bad news? The ensuing conversation shattered all her hopes. Our staff member arrived at your home, but no one was there. We searched every corner of your house. As a precaution, we even went to your office, but you were nowhere to be found. Is it possible you logged into the game from somewhere else? Saria's mind raced. If I'm not at home or the office, where could I be? I can't remember anything. Have I been trapped in this game for too long? But I can't die because I'm stuck in a game. Saria pleaded, at least help me file a missing person report. I don't have any relatives to do it for me. The game developer replied, we sincerely apologize, but current South Korean law only allows relatives to file a missing person report for an adult. Saria felt like collapsing. Are you kidding me? At this rate, I'm really going to die. What am I supposed to do? Please don't worry, Mrs. Streel. The server maintenance team will find the cause soon. We will monitor your home through the company's security cameras. Saria thought, at least they're trying to help. She asked, how long will that take? About 2 days in real-world time. Saria's voice was filled with panic. 2 days. If it's 2 days, then she yelled, isn't that 48 hours? How am I supposed to survive without food for 3 days? It's already been a day. Mrs. Streel, a person can survive for 3 days without food. According to the Guinness World Records, some have even survived much longer fasts. Saria raged. Are you joking with me? Saria felt like her head was about to explode. All because of this stupid game. Why did they even upgrade this trash? Damn, those developers. The game developer responded, Mrs. Streel, please calm down. Don't let your anger cloud your judgment. This will definitely help you escape this game, Mrs. Streel. I've gone to great lengths to prepare this. Due to the urgency of the situation, I've gathered the entire programming team to create a dedicated chat room for you. This is GM Ari. Now we can coordinate a response and monitor you in real time. You won't have to rely on NPCs or wait for a GM to reply anymore. These are GM Sorella and GM Jinu. GM Ari typed, Mrs. Streel, do you see the effort we're putting in? Saria, her voice flat, replied, I don't give a damn. Just get me out of here. The 3 GMs bickered amongst themselves. Sorella typed, what's with that rude tone? We're your seniors. Jinu added, we said we'd help. Can't you be patient? This is ridiculous. Saria shot back, just you wait. I'm going to resign, and I'm giving this stupid game a 0-star review. GM Ari frantically tried to intervene. Mrs. Streel, please. We weren't finished. Within 2 days, we'll have a serious discussion and find a way to get you out. Saria asked, surprised, really? You're serious? Within 48 hours, the only way to log out is... Ari began to type a lengthy message, and the screen displayed the dreaded typing. Message, and it kept typing. Saria thought, fuming, are they going to type all day? Jinu, seemingly sharing her frustration, chimed in, at this rate, she'll be typing all day. Let me summarize. It's simple. You just have to beat the game within 48 hours. Beat the game, and it will automatically log you out, right? Beat the game. Oh, heroes, please stop the Nightmare Lord from falling asleep. Saria thought, does that mean I have to go see that rotten personality villain? The scene shifted to Prince Castle Luid, the man Saria had just mentioned. When he was a child, he was afflicted by nightmares that envisioned the world's destruction, and he was bound to make them a reality. The Sulingun Empire, with its nobles and mages, that joined forces to lift Castle's curse. However, they couldn't prevent the terrifying nightmares the prince had foreseen from coming true. From then on, the people called him the Nightmare Demon and began to despise and humiliate him. Much later, Castle, deemed a danger to the populace, was exiled to a remote village. That's where the story of Save the World begins. Players then receive a quest to keep the Nightmare Demon awake, as instructed by the game. Players often believing the in-game characters can't truly die, torture Castle in the most horrific ways imaginable. However, when this happens repeatedly, it leads to Castle viciously attacking and potentially killing the players. There was a time when the number of players he killed nearly rivaled the number killed by monsters. And now, a tragic news report. A game currently gaining attention for its combination of virtual reality and cutting-edge technology has seen a 20-year-old female player found dead from severe starvation. This is one of the increasing number of deaths related to gaming addiction. We must examine the dark side of these virtual games. Hearing the news about her real-life situation, Saria Mizastriel panicked. She screamed in anguish, no way. I can't die like some game addict. Frantically, she messaged GM Ari, get me out of here now. I can't let it end like this. Delete my character or something. What happens if someone dies because they're trapped in the game and they want out so badly they break it? She raged. More than that, I'm an NPC. How am I supposed to play this thing? Are you guys even GMs? GM Jinu responded, calm down and check the process history. Why are you screaming? Saria anxiously stammered, What process history? GM Ari instructed, Ms. Saria, you can review the introductory text in the process history right here. Saria asked, surprised, oh my god, is this actually a log? Then check the log in part 2. A blonde-haired character yelled, where's that NPC? There's a really dangerous guy coming our way from the capital. Open the door. Saria thought to herself, these jerks, just because they're knights, they think they can waltz in and steal the weapons I painstakingly crafted. I'll dodge them forever. Fighting monsters is hard enough, but this is too much. This isn't right. I'll contact the boss. I don't care if I get yelled at. I'll deal with the fallout later. Rather than giving them to these guys, I'd rather give them to the poor male lead. But did I accidentally complete part of the guide already? Saria screamed in frustration. Damn it all. Saria felt a crushing despair. She couldn't believe things had come to this. Was there truly no other way out? GM Ari sounded worried. Unfortunately, the nightmare demon, Castle, has recognized Saria. All sorts of disasters could happen if you can't stop him. Dover Village could be destroyed. GM Sorella added, Saria, Mizastriel, you can't die because you're an immortal NPC, but if your respawn point disappears, there will be a major penalty to regain the HP you've lost. Saria muttered incoherently, I can't even escape the main character. GM Sorella continued, unfortunately, this cursed game won't end without the main character. To prevent the disaster and break the game. So, to get out of here, you need the male lead's help. Saria cried out, how am I supposed to complete a game that even a professional gamer can't beat? GM Ari said cheerfully, Miss Saria, Mizastriel, you're not like the others because you have us. Hee. The faster you finish the quest within 48 hours, the easier it will be. We'll help you speed everything up. You can do it. You're a player. Don't you know how to complete quests? Besides, you're our immortal NPC. Saria thought to herself. So basically, they're saying they can't figure out how to fix the system error, and the fastest way out is to finish the game. It's infuriating that they can't fix the game, but if I just sit here and stew, I'll die in 48 hours. Fine, I'll play it. I'll get out of here, no matter how hard the next 48 hours are. Chapter 1 Quest, Halley Manor. Location, Halley Manor, where the Nightmare Demon is imprisoned. Details, prevent the Nightmare Demon from sleeping to avert disaster and stop Halley Manor from being infected by the power of darkness. Saria began her quest to conquer the game in the next 48 hours. She thought, since the Nightmare Demon, Castle, has already recognized me, things are going to be difficult. He's currently exiled at Halley Manor. Since they need him to stay awake, they'll definitely be looking for an apothecary who can make a sleep prevention potion. Found it. The quest is this. If the Nightmare Demon falls asleep, his nightmares will manifest and bring about the end of the world. To prevent this, you must keep the Nightmare Demon from sleeping. Additional requirement. The Nightmare Demon must not die. Quest acceptance condition. Accompany the apothecary NPC. Reward, 100,000 gold. Recruiting at Halley Manor. We are seeking an apothecary who can create a potion to address sleep-related issues. The reward is 100,000 gold. Saria Estriel thought to herself, good thing I remember the storyline. I was supposed to be partnered with an apothecary NPC, but I'm already an apothecary, so I don't need one, right? GM Ari replied, yes, that's correct, Miss Saria. You don't need to find another apothecary NPC as a companion, because you are one yourself. We've removed the apothecary NPC from this village, so you're the only one here. Don't worry, just head to Halley Manor. Oh, and Ms. Saria, from now on, we'll switch the chat window to closed mode so you can carry out your quest smoothly. Saria Striel said, "Oh, thanks, but she thought these guys are all talk." Now that the chat window was gone, it was time to beat this game. The butler, Bill Kendrick, asked, "Who are you?" Saria Striel replied, "I heard you were looking for an apothecary." The butler seemed lost in thought. Meanwhile, the servants standing next to the butler whispered amongst themselves, "Oh my, look how dirty she is. She looks like a beggar. He won't let her in, will he?" But sir, surprisingly, she really is an apothecary. That woman is the only apothecary in the surrounding area. What should we do? The butler beckoned. "Follow me." Saria Striel breathed a sigh of relief. Thank goodness. I thought I'd wasted my time coming here. It was very dark inside the manor, even though it was still bright outside. Huh, what's written over there? We're still in the tutorial, so isn't level 25 a bit high for this? Another quest inside Halley Manor. I don't think I've ever seen a video of any player using that. Now that I think about it, the phrase "lost its light" sounds like the main quest objective. Lost in thought, the butler called out to Saria Striel, "What are you doing over there? Hurry up and get over here." Saria Striel startled and hurried over. "Oh, all right, I'm coming." The butler knocked on his master's door. "Master, I brought you the apothecary you were looking for." Saria Striel entered the room and bowed her head. "Greetings, Lord. My name is Saria Striel, and I am an apothecary. I came here upon hearing rumors that you were seeking one." The master of Halley Manor remained silent, causing Saria Striel to think who programmed these characters. Their brains are full of water. So awkward. Regardless, I need to be polite. This man is Count Adam Halley, the Lord of Halley, a swordsman known as the White Cloak, and one of the main characters who will prevent the world's catastrophe. Saria Striel thought, if I mess something up here, it'll be hard to beat the game. Count Adam Halley finally spoke. "You say you are an apothecary, Saria Striel." "Yes, that's right," she replied. Count Adam Halley questioned. "Strange. Did you come here alone?" Saria Striel quickly answered, "Yes, I came here by myself." She thought to herself, what's this? Does he suspect something? According to the game, the player is supposed to convince the apothecary NPC to come along. He probably doesn't know that, so it should be fine, right? Count Adam Halley said, "With that ragged appearance, you can only be a beggar or a witch. If you've come here to deceive me, don't expect to leave in one piece." Suddenly, the character's emotion status window popped up. Adam Halley is starting to suspect me, Saria Striel thought with concern. So in this game, players not only understand the character's emotions through their expressions and dialogue, but also through the system window. However, the character's favorability levels aren't shown numerically, so players have to infer them from their conversations. I don't even need to guess. I know I've made a terrible first impression. The butler yelled, "Hey, remove that cloak and show your face to the Count immediately." Seeing Saria Striel hesitate, the butler stepped forward and grabbed her cloak. "Why are you dawdling? Take off your cloak." Saria Striel felt a surge of irritation. Damn, he seems really angry. No matter how shabby I look, I can't take off my hood. If I wander around without it, everyone will notice my captivating beauty. Porcelain white skin, meticulously crafted by the artisans of the Jioan dynasty. Soft, shimmering hair like cherry blossom silk. Enigmatic amethyst eyes. I put so much effort into designing her to be perfect. If he falls for me, it'll be troublesome. It'll be awkward having to work alongside him until the game ends. I need to change the subject. She poured out her bag of medicine and said, "This is all sleeping medicine. Isn't this what you're looking for? If my appearance makes you distrustful, I'll leave immediately after handing this over." Surprised. "Isn't this the reason you're looking for an apothecary?" According to the original story, to prevent the disaster in 3 days, the apothecary will live in the Count's mansion to administer sleeping medicine to the prisoners. But during that time, I'd rather do side quests to speed up the game. They have plenty of servants. They can handle it themselves. Saria Striel said, "I'm not interested in things like rewards. It's an honor to help you, Count." Count Adam Halley replied, "I clearly ordered them to find an apothecary to deal with the insomnia issue, but you brought me sleeping medicine." Saria Striel thought, this question is a trick to catch players off guard. The story of a nightmare demon's curse is clearly explained in the game guide. Players who skip the tutorial won't know this, so they'll just wander around looking for sleeping medicine. According to the plot, the hero needs to prove themselves by hunting 100 monsters. "I'm an apothecary. I can't hunt monsters." She then said, "I heard rumors of a convoy escorting a prisoner passing through our village." She reconsidered, deciding instead to appeal to Adam's sense of righteousness and nobility. I overheard that we need to keep the prisoner awake at all costs, Saria began. I also know that if he falls asleep, many people will suffer. I just hope my medicine can be of some help. Count Adam Halley suddenly remembered someone throwing medicine at the prisoner during his transfer. It was her. His emotional status window flickered, and his suspicion of Saria lessened slightly. Very well, he conceded. I'll entrust this to you. Follow me. Saria surprised him by declining. I apologize, but since I've already given you the medicine, I'll be taking my leave. Count Adam Halley fixed Saria with a sharp look that made her quickly amend. I'll accompany you, haha. He continued, your task for the next 3 days is to prevent the prisoner in the tower from sleeping. Succeed, and I'll reward you with 100,000 gold pieces. Here is the key to the dungeon. He can't escape. He's bound by magic. Just remember to lock the door when you enter and exit. Saria replied, understood. I'll keep your words in mind. The Count added, I'll be going now. I'll have the butler prepare a room for you. Standing before the dungeon, Saria thought, finally, I have to face this. No more easy options. So Castle is in this room. I've only seen him in other players' videos, but now I have to meet him face to face. This is exciting. I need to figure out how to beat this and log out. Just as I thought, he's incredibly handsome. Seeing him in person, his beauty is unreal. Truly breathtaking. He looks docile enough, but I still need to be careful around him. Entering the dungeon, she addressed the prisoner. Hello, my name is Saria Estriel. I'm an apothecary. Please excuse me. Oh, if you keep your head down like that, it will be difficult for me to help you take your medicine. There's no other way. I'll have to touch you a little. Castle suddenly looked up, his eyes fixed on Saria. Get away from me if you don't want to die, he snarled. Saria suddenly remembered. His character is set up to have been tortured, so he hates being touched. I completely forgot. I thought the binding magic would have left him powerless. He just hit me once, and I've already lost almost half my health. I need him to stay still so I can give him the medicine. I can't die at his hands and have to start over. Next time, I'll remember to wear my gloves. The hidden gloves, the item that grants invisibility to players. Saria tried to speak to Castle, but he remained unresponsive. Castle's emotional status window appeared. The nightmare demon is currently in a non-conscious state and capable of movement. A non-conscious state. Did he use up all his strength attacking me just now? Is he going to fall asleep? Damn it, I need to give him the medicine now. Excuse me, sir, she said, but you need to take your medicine, as the Count requested. I wonder if you can take it yourself. If so, may I assist you? Castle remained silent, offering no reply and no change in his emotional status window. Saria thought, so that means I need to give it to him. Saria Estriel held the anesthetic, which was typically mixed with something else. After busily preparing the concoction, she thought to herself, I'm a genius. As you can see, sir, she said, this is the injection tool. It's not dangerous at all. Open your mouth and drink this. Castle choked as he swallowed. Don't throw up, Saria Estriel urged. Just hold it down for a few seconds. Finally, Castle finished drinking. Saria Estriel breathed a sigh of relief. I thought he wasn't going to drink it, she thought. Just a 5-second touch. He probably won't curse me out, right? I'm even wearing gloves. Seems safe enough. From now on, I'll use this method. She bowed to Castle. I'll be back when it's time for your next dose. Please rest. Saria Estriel suddenly saw a system notification. The nightmare demon has fleeting thoughts of killing you. Crazy, she thought. He wants to kill me just because I made him take his medicine. Not only that, but his affection level isn't something to worry about. But the medicine only lasts for an hour. But for a game set in Halley Manor, in a side quest, they could totally make Castle resistant to sleeping medicine. The more resistant he becomes, the shorter the effect, until finally, the medicine won't work anymore, and he'll fall asleep again. The problem is the probability of him becoming resistant is random. Even if I prepare a ton of medicine, what if I'm unlucky and Castle becomes completely immune? I can't save the world from destruction with such a risky method. No, I can't just rely on a main quest. I have to do the side quest too. The first side quest is to gain Count Adam Halley's trust by defeating the shadow-devouring Zet, a parasitic monster laying eggs in Halley Manor. I'll receive Shadow Essence. Use it to restore the Halley family's ancient sword. The reward is Count Adam Halley's favor. This sword has been abandoned here for ages, with no one bothering with it until now. Even if someone did use it, it's just a useless piece of metal because it's so weak. The rusty sword in the tower where Castle is imprisoned is actually the sword the Halley ancestors used to seal the shadow-devouring Zet. Even after the sword's owner died, it continued to seal the monster. When the nightmare demon appeared, the sword was no longer intact. the seal gradually weakened, and the shadow-devouring Zet's evil energy began to envelop the manor because it's a parasitic monster. It started sucking the blood of the people in the Count's manor to regain its original form so it could break the seal. To defeat that kind of monster, just use a light element weapon. This method can be applied to bosses because they can only be killed by light element weapons with sacred power. Although the boss sucks the blood of many NPCs whenever players do quests, in return, if they catch it, players have a chance to get more shadow essence than from any other monster. If I can refine the ancient sword by imbuing it with all this shadow essence, it will become Adam's exclusive weapon. It's absolutely essential for him to unleash his full power during the climax of the final calamity. Restoring the sword won't be easy. It requires a massive amount of shadow essence. A normal player would never be able to manage it, but since I have the admins on my side, I might have a chance. No, I have to do this if I want to escape this game. Lost in thought, I almost forgot about the time. Time to get to work. Saria Estriel opened the chat window. Admin Ari cheered. Saria, you finally opened the chat window. Admin Jinu asked, has the male lead taken you out yet? Admin Serena chimed in, Junior, your adaptability is impressive. However, to gain Castle's recognition, enough. Saria interrupted. Where are the people infected by the shadow-devouring Zet's miasma? An admin asked, are you doing a side quest? How touching. Pretending not to care, but it seems you're taking this seriously. Saria retorted, whose fault is it that I'm suffering like this? Just help me find them, quickly. Ari replied, a maid bringing food to your room is one of the victims. Saria exclaimed, what? If it's my room, doesn't that mean I have to rush back to catch her? Couldn't you find someone closer? Back at Halley Manor, the maid entered Saria Estriel's room and yelled, come out and eat, you pathetic little rat. Are you going to eat or not? I bet you're just lazing around in your room, fiddling with your potions. Oh, I'm so sorry, Saria replied sweetly. I get a little carried away when I'm concocting my remedies. Inwardly, however, she was thinking, I practically ran my pants off getting back here. Good timing. So smooth. The maid slammed the bread onto the table. Just eat it already. She snapped. The Count ordered a meal fit for a wretch like you. Saria wrinkled her nose at the offering. Ugh, this smells burnt, she commented. Is this even edible? The maid bristled. Shut up and eat. She snarled. Are you looking down on me? If you don't eat it, I'll eat you. Saria swiftly grabbed a vial of light potion and splashed it at the maid. A notification popped up. Reward for defeating monster. 1 shadow essence obtained. Saria thought to herself, I was wondering if the light potion would work like the light-based weapons, but thankfully it's effective. Aloud, she murmured, I've eliminated the parasite. I'm sure she'll find her way back once she wakes up. I need to get back to administering his medicine. And so, Saria continued her routine, diligently visiting Castle to dose him with the sleep prevention draft before he could awaken, all the while systematically eliminating the parasites infesting the Count's manor. She amassed a considerable amount of shadow essence from these exterminations, enough to imbue the sword all at once. It would be nice if I could imbue the sword bit by bit, she mused, but I can only perform the ritual once a day. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 days straight. I am exhausted. Castle's emotional status window once again flashed with murderous intent towards Saria. What am I going to do? She fretted. Every time I give him the medicine, he wants to kill me. I don't particularly want to be friends with Castle, but if I want to survive, I need to find a way to appease him. My lord, Saria began tentatively, I imagine you must truly despise me forcing this medicine upon you. Should I give you a strength potion so you can take your medicine yourself? Saria Estriel inquired, her voice carefully neutral. I assure you, I have no ulterior motives. I'm only concerned for your well-being. She thought to herself, a high-level strength potion might just mellow him out enough for me to slip away and search for more shadow essence. I'll concoct something special just for him. A while later, Saria Estriel returned. It's time for your medicine, sir, she announced. But Castle wasn't in his usual spot. She glanced around, a flicker of unease in her eyes. Suddenly, a hand clamped over her eyes, another arm pinning her down. She gasped, struggling against the unexpected assault. Who are you? Saria Estriel cried out. Who are you? What's happening? It was Castle. His voice, a low growl in her ear, sent a chill down her spine. Before your head leaves your body, he hissed, reveal your identity. His grip tightened around her throat, choking the words in her windpipe. I'm a far pharmacist, she managed to stammer, her vision blurring. Her thoughts raced. I can't die like this. I can't withstand his strength. What do? I could die. What should I do? Sedate him. Yes, that's the only way. but there's only one place I can inject him to get the medicine into that physique. I can't get a clean shot at the pressure point. It could be dangerous for him, but it's my only chance to survive." She cursed under her breath. "Damn you, male lead." Suddenly, Castle released her. Why did he stop? She wondered aloud, her voice trembling. Castle stood up, his eyes narrowed. "What's that in your hand?" he demanded. Sorry, Estriel frantically hid the tranquilizer gun beneath her cloak. She thought, if he finds out, I'm dead for sure. I'll hide it for now. But what excuse can I give him? I need an alibi. Then she remembered the marut she'd been carrying since the beginning of their encounter. It was meant for emergencies like this. It contained a harmless potion she could use as a cover story for a failed assassination attempt. "I'm sorry, what do you mean?" she asked, feigning innocence. "Nothing," Castle replied, his gaze still suspicious. Sorry, Estriel breathed a sigh of relief. "You let me off the hook," she thought. Then Castle spoke again, his voice low and unsettling. "By the way, are you alone? Did anyone come with you?" Caught off guard, Sorry, Estriel stammered. Why would you ask that? I'm completely harmless. I've been suspicious from the start," Castle stated. "You keep trying to justify yourself when you talk to me. Normally, when people see me for the first time, they either think I'm ridiculous or they're afraid. It's always one or the other." Sorry, Estriel thought, what is he talking about? Who would look at his rotten personality and that hulking physique and think he's ridiculous? He broke his chains after just one potion. If he gets any stronger, I'm definitely doomed. Castle continued, "It's like you already know who I am. Are you really the pharmacist Hallie mentioned?" Sorry, Estriel forced a smile. "Yes, of course. The Count told me an important person was arriving from the capital." Castle fell silent, his eyes fixed on her. Suddenly, he reached out and grasped the hood of her cloak. "I don't like this," he said, his voice laced with suspicion. "Why do you keep yourself covered up like this? It's suspicious. Take off your hood and show me your face." From Castle's perspective, Saria Estriel's face was blurred. It turned out she had anticipated this and used a spell to obscure her features beforehand. Castle said, "If you don't show me your face, you're not going anywhere." Saria Estriel retorted angrily, "I have a scar from a childhood accident. Half of my face is disfigured. I didn't receive proper treatment in time, so it hasn't fully healed. If you touch it, you might contract a rotting disease. If you're fine with that risk, I can remove the spell." The status window displaying the remaining time for the sleeping potion showed 5 seconds. Saria Estriel said softly, "Sir, I apologize, but it's time for your medicine." Castle let out a sinister laugh. "Haha, what do you think about me choking you?" Saria Estriel replied, "Of course, I'd find it uncomfortable, hard to breathe, debilitating." Suddenly, a thought struck her. Could it be that this guy is getting back at me for making him choke when I gave him the medicine? How petty. I already tried to minimize physical contact, and now he's treating me like this. Saria Estriel cried out in frustration. "You didn't die when I gave you the medicine. I only made you choke for 5 seconds. Castle chuckled. "That's why I'll only choke you for 5 seconds too." Saria Estriel retorted, "Don't lie. You didn't let go after 5 seconds. Castle picked up a chain and said, "How about we try it again to see if it's really 5 seconds?" Saria Estriel's eyes widened, and she said softly, "No, sir. I must have been mistaken." Despite her words, Saria Estriel seethed inwardly. How dare he threaten me with that chain? What a jerk. Castle said, "Now give them to me. All the sleeping potions and strength enhancements you have. Hand them over." Saria Estriel felt dizzy. "What? Are you joking?" Castle replied, "Of course, I'm not joking. Are you sure this is all you have?" Saria Estriel responded, "I haven't lied to you." Castle suddenly flipped Saria Estriel upside down to check if she was hiding anything. "I only make potions when the Count sends me the ingredients," she said. That damn male lead, she thought, wincing. I'll never forget this humiliation. Does he really think that's all the potions I have? Of course, I hid them. Thank goodness for the GM's cloak. Its inventory can hold 999 items, and no one can open it except the player. I may look a bit ragged, but its functionality is top-notch. It's the only reason I could hide them safely from Castle. Now, he can take his own medicine. I should focus on the side quest. I wonder what that item does. Admin Serena's voice chimed in. That item can be used as soon as you capture the devil boss. Huh, I don't think I've ever seen any player use that, Saria mused. Admin Jinu added, it's never been used before, because no one has ever found it. They could have found it if they just looked carefully. Those players are so stupid. The butler suddenly appeared, booming. What are you muttering to yourself about, miss? Sariastriel replied, "Oh, it's nothing. I was just looking for the servants' dining area." The butler responded, "Very well. It's a good time to discuss something with you. Come with me." Sari replied, "Haha, all right." But she thought, "I have so much to do. What does he want me for? I'll follow him and see what he's up to." The butler said, "I almost forgot. Tomorrow at midnight, go behind the main staircase and bring all the sleeping potions there. If you give me all the sleeping potions and leave quietly, I'll give you 50,000 gold coins. The devil will do anything to try and bring about a disaster and then reveal its true form. The reason is that nightmare energy will surge when a disaster occurs. It can transform into energy so the monster can break free from its shell. That's why they'll send players and pharmacists to prevent disasters within the mansion. Usually, this happens before disaster strikes. From those offers, I'm pretty sure he's the devil. Anyway, we still have 3 days before the disaster. This is happening too soon. Wait, what's going on?" The butler asked, "Are you following the Count's orders? How many sleeping potions are left?" Sari thought, "I should refuse this guy. Well, if I complete the Count's task, he'll give me 100,000 gold coins. So 50,000 is a bit." The butler roared angrily, "You insolent wench. Do you dare refuse the amount of money you wouldn't earn in your entire life as a pharmacist? A lowly pharmacist like you should just die. Are you ignoring me? Does my face look like I'm joking? All right, come with me. I won't kill you now, but what if you don't obey? It would be better if you figured out the answer yourself." Sari suddenly thought, all those tainted by darkness are gathered in one place. Could he be doing this himself? Whatever. At this point, I'll play along. As long as I have my gun and light potions, these dark-tainted things are nothing. It's been a while since I've had some fun. Is that all? Was that too quick? By the way, where's that butler? While she was pondering, the Count burst in. "Hold it right there." The Count's close aide said, "Lord Halley, this is the criminal who attacked the servants. We will apprehend her immediately." Sari panicked. What is Adam thinking? And why is the butler standing over there? Count Adam Halley's emotional status window appeared, showing deep suspicion towards Sariastriel. He said, "You have truly disappointed me, Saria." Sari cried out, "It's not what you think. You've misunderstood. It's all because of..." Sari saw Adam's constant attendant standing behind him. It was the butler, Frank Hamston. Not just an attendant, but someone Adam held in high regard. The butler yelled, "Seize her." This certainly couldn't have been an accident. She used drugs to do this to smear the Count's honor. Count Adam Halley sternly said, "Silence. I want to hear what happened first. Pharmacist, explain yourself." Sari stammered. It was the headmaid. At lunchtime, she came to my room and bought a bottle of sleeping draught. Count Adam Halley mused. The headmaid. Sariastriel continued. "Yes, it seems she's been quite worried about the prisoner lately. She purchased several bottles of the sleeping draught, claiming insomnia due to him. However, it seems one of the bottles was discovered, and when I investigated, I found this situation. Perhaps they simply drank the draught and are asleep," she suggested. "They were already exhausted, so the effects would be amplified. If you don't believe me, you can check." A nearby guard spoke up. "Yes, Your Excellency, that appears to be the case. There are no casualties, Your Excellency," the guard confirmed. "They're merely sleeping. Not even a single injury." Frank Hamston, the butler, questioned sharply, "Why didn't you alert the knights instead of just sitting there?" Saria replied smoothly, "Because the draft I made had a slight issue. I was attempting to formulate a solution." Count Adam Halley narrowed his eyes. "Don't you dare lie to me." Saria met his gaze with an almost unsettling innocence, her expression carefully crafted. "Would I, with a face as trustworthy as this?" The Count sighed, a hint of weariness in his voice. "Very well, you have one chance." Relief washed over Saria. With a bow, she murmured, "My deepest gratitude, Your Excellency." To herself, she thought, "I was certain one of the Count's sycophants would try to sabotage me. Thank goodness he didn't fall for their machinations." Aloud, she said, "Then, with your permission, I would like to examine the prisoner." Count Adam Halley abruptly stepped closer, his voice low. "Is your current salary sufficient?" Saria blinked, taken aback. "I beg your pardon." He clarified, "I'm asking if your current compensation is adequate. What in the world is going on?" Saria wondered, a flicker of unease in her chest. The Count continued, 50,000 gold pieces. Is that enough for you to relinquish those drafts?" Saria's mind raced. Why would Adam offer me this? Could he be the one behind those monstrous creatures? If that were the case, his eyes should become paler, then darken with anger. He's a character who rarely shows emotion, making him difficult to read. I'll answer first. Caution never hurts. It's a bit low, Your Excellency, she replied carefully. It's frustrating not being able to anticipate anything, she thought, but whatever I have to do is already set in stone. Saria arrived at Castle's cell. As she entered, he greeted her with a sardonic, "You're late." Saria grimaced inwardly. That damned fool. He was only out for half a day, and he's already guzzled down that entire supply like it was water. Seriously, are you kidding me? She snapped. I told you to wait an hour between doses. Castle shrugged nonchalantly. I was sleepy. What's the big deal? I'm going to lose my mind. Saria fumed silently. Where does he get the nerve to be so infuriatingly casual with me? If he becomes addicted or develops a tolerance, it's all over. If he falls into a deep sleep, disaster will strike. I'll actually die. An hour isn't enough, Castle complained. Castle's fans say he has a terrible personality, but that once you get to know him, he has a warm heart, Saria thought, the irony not lost on her. While the story progresses, Castle desperately tries to prevent catastrophe. In reality, he has numerous scars, most self-inflicted to keep himself from falling asleep. Not only that, but before facing danger, he comes up with irrefutable reasons. The image of him fighting the demon alone has deeply moved fans. Compared to himself, this character thinks more about the world. It's surprising to learn that the situation suddenly worsened due to his drug resistance, bringing the world's destruction closer than ever. Sorry, Estriel asked, do you have any idea if you have a drug resistance? Castle replied, how would I know? You're the one who makes the potions. You should understand them better than I do. Sorry, Estriel continued to think, whatever the reason, I can't overuse the potions now. Someone has to monitor him, but the question is, who can do it? She said, if that's the case, I don't know how long you can endure it or its duration, but tonight I will directly monitor and observe you every step of the way. First, I'll give you a vial. Use it when you feel sleepy. Suddenly, a thought crossed Sorry Estriel's mind. If I keep getting this close, will I be attacked like last time? The thought made her take 100 meters distance from Castle, making him wonder, what's wrong? Hurry up and give it to me. Sorry Estriel tossed the potion vial to Castle, causing him to become irritated. A status window displaying his emotions appeared. The nightmare demon feels insulted by your actions. Sorry Estriel cried inwardly. Damn it, I did a good job. Why is he growling? It's so creepy. Castle stood up and asked, what are you doing? Sorry Estriel replied, this is the best way to protect myself. So, I'll give you the potion this way. Castle said, you might as well use that gun from before and shoot it from a distance. Castle's emotional status window appeared again. The nightmare demon is feeling a strong urge to kill. Sorry Estriel felt fear. He keeps looking at me like this. What should I do? He keeps threatening me at every turn. I don't understand what's wrong with him. I'd rather be shot by her gun. I don't want to die, so why would I do that? Regardless, Castle wasn't controlled by anyone until the game. He could do everything instinctively. In other words, he acted on his own accord to prevent disaster by joining forces with his enemy. This guy is bad news. I won't deal with him again. Castle said, one last warning. It would be better if you left the potions and went away. Sorry Estriel firmly replied, that's impossible. Castle asked why. Sorry Estriel answered, I need to know if you have a drug resistance. She thought to herself, from now on, I'll only say what's necessary. This is the ultimate social business loss of the job. Castle said, it seems like you're raising your own value because of those potions rather than your less than stellar looks, huh? Sorry Estriel yelled, you've never seen my face before, and you dare call me ugly. Learn how to speak to a woman. Castle replied, oh, are you a beauty lecturer now? By the way, does Count Adam Halley know you're doing all this? Sorry Estriel thought, this guy is mocking me. Suddenly, she stood up and shouted, I forgot. Then she thought, it must be past midnight. I need to brew more potions. I can't collect shadow essence tonight. What a waste. But with yesterday's amount, it should be fine. If I work diligently, it should be enough to restore the Nobel sword. There are only 2 days left until the disaster. It'll be fine if I just work harder. Castle suddenly asked, sounding as if he'd just realized something. You're trying to restore the Nobel sword. He paused, a hint of suspicion in his voice. How did an apothecary like you even learn about that? Saria Estriel hesitated. Well, that is. Count Halley requested it of me. Count Adam Halley. Castle questioned, a flicker of something unreadable in his eyes. Saria thought to herself, Count Halley won't be visiting Castle before the disaster anyway, so even if I'm bluffing, it won't matter. It's the perfect excuse. Aloud, she said yes. The shadow essence was also provided by the Count. He defeated the blackened centipede, too. Castle asked, then abruptly fell silent. Saria frowned, a ripple of unease passing through her. Why would Castle even think Count Halley defeated the centipede? She wondered. He's a prisoner. he shouldn't know about outside affairs. Unless the rumors about the Halley estate have reached even him. Castle's sudden question startled her. Do you need more of the draft, sir? She asked. A perceptive thought, Castle replied. Saria continued her internal monologue. First, I need to assess his drug resistance and learn more about the duration of the draft's effects. From now on, I'll be monitoring the duration of the draft's effects, she told him. Castle began to drink the potion. How long has it been? Saria asked. Same as always, Castle responded. 25 minutes have passed. Saria thought, from the 25th minute, the effect doesn't diminish. Assuming he uses 2 vials an hour, there's still plenty left. From now on, I just need to maintain the time at which the effect stops diminishing. Regarding the timing of the draft, she instructed, you should pay attention to the time and take it after meals every 25 minutes. Castle chuckled. Then hurry up and give me about 30 vials and get some rest. You need to conserve your energy for concocting the medicine. I don't need to, Saria replied. You don't need rest. Castle asked, a hint of disbelief in his tone. It must be due to my duties as an apothecary, Saria explained. I have a strong sense of responsibility. Anyway, just do as I say. I'll be visiting the Count for a moment. You can eat while checking this pocket watch. All right, Castle said. You should get some rest too. His emotional status window kept flashing, indicating concern for Saria's well-being. Suddenly, Castle coughed. Could it be that the chains are draining his strength? Saria thought, her heart clenching. He must be suffering. His strength and vitality are being leached away by those magic chains, and he's constantly taking the draft to stay awake. A wave of sadness washed over her. My heart is heavy knowing that Castle will have to contribute so much and endure so much pain in the future. She placed a vial of a more potent draft down for him. It's just a VIP potion for my stock, she said. Drink it after you've finished eating. Before Saria could turn to leave, Castle snatched the vial and drank it down in one gulp. Why? Saria stammered, taken aback. Castle's demeanor suddenly shifted, becoming menacing. Am I going to die now? She thought, fear gripping her. A sinister smile spread across Castle's face. Are you running away like a rat? He taunted. What does he mean by favorability? Isn't he just mocking me for being afraid of him? Saria thought, her mind racing. Well, with that amount of the draft, Castle should be fine for now. I should go take a bath. When Saria returned to her room, she found 2 men rummaging through her belongings. What are you doing in my room? She demanded. Startled, the 2 men exclaimed, Apothecary. You're caught, Saria declared. Then she fired the tranquilizer gun at them, rendering them unconscious. Saria Striel thought to herself, just a touch of luminous potion would have sufficed, but I just wanted to take a bath. How annoying. Now for that bath. Lost in thought, she was startled by 2 maids bursting in, shouting, Apothecary. What are you doing? Lena, the head maid, asked, Did you kill them? Saria Striel suddenly remembered using the luminous potion on her before. I only tranquilized them, Saria Striel explained. They were ransacking my room. Besides, she lied, Count Halley ordered it. Don't worry, they're not dead. Olivico, Lena said, go report this to the steward and summon the knights. Apothecary, you should go. The Count is looking for you. He's always looking for me, isn't he? Saria Striel replied. Well, it's fine if he is. What does he want? Lena answered, I only know he asked for you. Saria Striel thought to herself, am I going to be thrown in the dungeon? Lena continued, now that I think about it, I have something to ask you. I was just in the Count's chambers. Saria Striel asked, what is it? Lena replied, well, I don't recall buying sleeping draft from you. I heard it from the Count, and he kept asking if I had. A maid who doesn't remember her own actions. Saria Striel said, you don't remember that. Lena looked bewildered. Of course not. Saria Striel thought despondently, this is definitely why I've been summoned. Lena opened the door. Count, Apothecary Saria Striel is here. Count Adam Halley asked, you've arrived. You weren't in your room all night. Where were you? Count Adam Halley's emotional status window appeared, displaying, feeling hostile. Saria Striel thought, over 10 points, it's hopeless. Bowing her head, she said, I was in the dungeons with the prisoner. What did you need me for? Count Adam Halley looked at Saria Striel. Does that have anything to do with breaking the prisoner's chains? Oh yes, Saria Striel said. I forgot to tell you. When I tried to give him his medicine, he struggled, so I broke his chains so he could take it himself. I apologize for not mentioning this sooner. Slamming his hand on the table, Count Adam Halley said, and what about lying about selling sleeping drafts to the head maid? Saria Striel hastily explained, that wasn't a lie, Count. The sleeping draft has a side effect of memory loss. Count Adam Halley interrupted, sleeping drafts only cause nausea, not memory loss. I've used them, so don't even try to lie. Sorry, Estriel suddenly remembered the job posting. She thought impossible. That job posting. Could it be that besides Castle, Adam also needs sleeping drafts? Sorry, Estriel seemed unable to keep up the charade any longer. Actually, she confessed the truth is, I've been collecting shadow essence from the darkened servants' phantoms. Count Adam Halley looked puzzled. Shadow essence. Sorry, Estriel replied, yes. I've been collecting it at the request of the prisoner I was entrusted with. The whole scenario was prearranged. Since he's the one behind all this, he must have known about it. Or rather, he's a demon who has appeared in his own territory. But why bring this up now? Count Adam Halley asked. You say the one who orchestrated this was the prisoner, a demon like him. How could he? Saria Estriel replied. I don't know the reason either. He's one of the Empire's traitors, Adam said. I can't trust him. Saria Estriel responded. All you need to do is keep your promise and pay me. Dealing with low-level monsters won't cause you any harm. After all, Saria mused internally. My goal is to join the main characters, take down the boss, suppress the demon within Castle, and achieve the perfect ending. I don't need to befriend the game's characters. But if Adam becomes Castle's ally, I can reach the endgame quickly. To do that, I have to connect them. I've clarified the truth. I sincerely apologize, she said aloud. Count Adam Halley inquired. I have another question. Are you a knight or a mage in disguise? Saria Estriel hesitated. I'm just a traveling apothecary, she replied. Count Adam Halley seemed to ponder this. Oh, of course, I wouldn't harm any innocent person. An apothecary, so it's true. Apothecary Saria Estriel, follow me. Worry not at Saria. I've never seen this in the game's storyline, she thought. I didn't know there was a secret passage behind the bookshelf in the study. Since Adam trusts me, I won't be attacked by stray monsters. Does he want me to sell him a potion formula? We're here, Adam announced. Saria's eyes widened in surprise. What is this? Count Adam Halley sat down beside a young girl. He called her Serena. This was Count Adam Halley's younger sister, Serena Halley. She looked to be about 9 or 10 years old. Those burns. Your Excellency, Saria began, this child's injuries. Count Adam finished her sentence. There's no cure. Have you ever heard of the illness where one cannot be exposed to sunlight? He asked. Saria was puzzled. An illness where one cannot see the sun. She echoed. No, I haven't. The cause is unknown, Adam explained, but those afflicted with this illness get burned when exposed to sunlight. In Serena's case, it started on her hands, like sunspots. Day by day, the burn spread. It peels off as if touched by fire. I want to show her how bright the world is, but there's no way. Saria pondered. Perhaps that's why it's daytime, but the mansion is so dark. It must be the pain that keeps Serena awake, requiring the sleeping draft. If Adam truly uses sleeping drafts, he would naturally know about the side effects. He must have thoroughly researched it before giving it to his sister. Serena stirred. Brother, it hurts so much, she whimpered. Suddenly, her eyes turned pitch black, and she let out a blood-curdling scream. Serena, calm down. Adam cried, his voice laced with worry. Saria's eyes widened in recognition. That's a shadow weaver. Adam held out his hand. The antidote. Give me the antidote. Flustered, Saria stammered. Yes, yes. Adam quickly administered the medicine to his sister. Serena, drink this. Could it be that Serena's soul has been consumed by the shadows? Saria wondered. Only sunlight can fight it, but with her illness, only my light magic can soothe her. Adam stood up. I'm in your debt. His status now indicated goodwill. Saria felt a wave of apprehension. This is getting complicated, she thought. She spoke up. What debt? It's what an apothecary should do. Adam turned. You're more humble than I thought. I'll give you some advice as thanks for what happened earlier. Stop collecting shadow essence. Tonight, take the money the steward offers and leave this place quietly. Sari felt a surge of anxiety. But what will happen to the mansion without me? She turned and spoke louder, Count. What will become of the mansion without me? What about those afflicted by the shadow corruption? What about the prisoner? I have to at least provide medicine for this place. Adam replied, however, I think this way. Is this place truly worth sacrificing and protecting for? He turned to leave. If you understand, then I'll be going. Sari frowned, thinking, does this guy intend to just abandon everything to the encroaching disaster? In the game, Adam committed suicide because he couldn't stop it, but why would he do that now? Could it be because Serena is afflicted by the shadow, devouring centipede? It's holding her hostage and flooding the mansion with shadows. If he protects the mansion, Serena will die. So, in a way, Adam's actions make sense. In the end, he gave up everything for his only sister. Adam's voice broke through her thoughts. What's taking so long? Sari walked towards him, thinking whatever the reason, if Adam abandons the mansion, I still have to deal with this. She stammered, I can resolve this. She thought, I have to do this to escape this damn game and return to Korea. Sari continued, I've dealt with shadow-devouring centipedes before. I can eliminate the monster, so it no longer threatens Serena's life. Adam, convinced she lacked the ability, said, what can you possibly do? I'm certain it's impossible. What do you think you're capable of? Sari spoke with newfound confidence. I have a way. Let's make a wager. Win or lose, I'll accept the consequences. You clearly don't trust me that much anyway. If I succeed in capturing the centipede, then great. If I fail as expected, it's no big deal. Just send me away. I'll only lose what I've already invested. Adam responded, you're well aware, aren't you? I have absolutely no faith in you. Hiding your face and speaking like this, how can I possibly trust you? But it's certainly persuasive. You'll only lose what you've invested. However, if you fail, you'll regret it. You won't receive any money, you won't be able to leave, and there will be no second chances. Under those conditions, will you accept? Sari looked at Adam, thinking, he has even less faith in me than I thought. Those eyes haven't held a flicker of hope in a long time. Even if he's just a game character, I can feel his bitterness and helplessness. Then Sari replied, yes. Although it will be difficult to completely cure Lady Serena's illness, I will find the best possible solution. Adam's emotional status window appeared. Adam Halley has a glimmer of hope in you. Adam Halley feels a sliver of faith towards you. Sari continued, so I think we should do this. As you've agreed, may I go out now? I provided the prisoner with sufficient medicine, so you needn't worry. Adam asked what? Right now. You truly are a mysterious one. Sari thought, if you knew my true identity, you'd know I'm just a person, not some enigma. Still, his hostility has lessened considerably. Now, I should move on to the next phase of my plan. Saria, striding purposefully, opened a private chat window. Finally showed up, Ari typed. Every time you open your mouth, I fear for your life, Sarah added. Jinu chimed in, seriously, one wrong move, and she's toast. Why didn't you tell me Adam had a sister? Saria burst out, indignant. Some special circumstances excuse. A legitimate sister, and you all kept mum. Saria, please calm down, Ari replied. We can't grasp every single piece of data in the game. A character like that exists, and you didn't know. What kind of operation are you running? Saria's voice dripped with sarcasm. Why blame us? Renu interjected. Adam's sister is in the character relationship chart. Didn't you look? Saria stammered. I did. Of course I did. But she hadn't, not really. Sera siged, exasperated. Saria, please. We can't grasp every single piece of data in the game. We only promised to make the game easier for you. Saria fumed, but his sister's practically a ghost. What's the deal? This is rigged. You didn't look, and now you're blaming us. Renu retorted. Saria felt a wave of despair wash over her. But in this gloomy, creepy mansion, how am I supposed to kill a centipede? This game is ridiculously hard. Sarah folded her arms. Perhaps, but we promise to help, and we will. Saria pouted. Help how? If you can kill something with your potions, Sarah offered, I'll remove Serena from the relationship chart. We'll pretend she died long ago. Jinu added, then you can continue with your objective. Adam wants to eliminate the threat too. 2 birds, 1 stone. Saria scowled. Even if you're the admins, don't do anything crazy. Yes, ma'am, they chorused. Ari spoke up. I apologize for not being of more help. Once the shadow-devouring centipede is eliminated, we'll prepare a special gift just for you, Saria. Saria stood up straighter. I don't really expect anything. Answer me this. To kill that centipede, I just need something related to light, not necessarily sunlight, right? Correct, Jinu replied. But the ingredients to make it require sunlight. That's fine, Saria said. Giving up already. Ari remarked. You're quite the hard worker, Saria. Saria glanced up at the ceiling. I'll try this chandelier. How do you activate it? Oh, finally someone asked. Sera exclaimed. That chandelier is a secret weapon designed by Halley's ancestors 500 years ago. It was created as a means to temporarily suppress the lingering darkness. After listening to Sarah's lengthy explanation, Saria was speechless. I'm never asking about Halley history again, she thought. 15 messages, long as one of my deadlines. Anyway, I know how to use it now. If I'm reactivating that ancient thing, I'll need a lot of supplies. Time to get moving. First things first, swamp mud hunt. What number am I on? Honey. Saria then proceeded to decimate the swamp mud creatures. Level 2 swamp mud. Eliminate 100. Glimmering larva. Acquired 2. Random drops from killing swamp mud. 100 kills, 2 drops. Not easy at all. 100. What kind of game tortures its players like this? Extermination level 999. Skill activated. Level 2 swamp mud. 100 eliminated. Glimmering larva. Acquired 1. Saria clenched her fist. Done. Now for the second thing. So, please do as I instructed earlier, headmaid Lena said. Yes, I understand, Saria replied, covered in mud. Thank you, she added, thinking to herself. It was the right call to kill that centipede on the headmaid. This should have been the Count's job. Now, go back to your room and don't stop anywhere along the way, Lena warned. If the adjutant sees you like this, there will be trouble. He's much more sensitive these days than he used to be. Saria thought he was on the butler side before, and then he picked fights with me about everything. He's always been sensitive. I wonder if it's because he's so perfect or if I'm just overthinking it. Such a change in personality. Could he have been possessed by a timid rat? Lena hesitated. Is our adjutant a bit fierce? Saria thought. Fierce as a demon. More like. Aloud, she said, I'll go take a bath first. Please bring me some men's clothes later. Sometime later, Saria, freshly bathed, sighed. That's much better. A bath is so refreshing. Casso has enough medication to last him 10 hours, but I should probably check on him, shouldn't I? A little while later, Saria arrived at a door and a voice called out, Yes, come in. Apothecary, I brought the clothes you requested. Saria reached out, took the clothes, and said, I'll take these. Thank you. He needs to be dressed properly, right? Wait, what's this? The maid replied, Well, you haven't eaten anything since then. You should have something. Saria thought, being an NPC, I don't really feel hungry. But it would be strange to go without food indefinitely, wouldn't it? Saria smiled. Thank you. I'll eat while I work. She thought it's fine to give that jerk some food, I suppose. The maid continued, and be sure to take an umbrella. Saria asked, puzzled, an umbrella. The maid replied, even though it's midday, it's very cloudy and dark. It looks like it's about to rain. Surprised, Saria thought, rain? That's strange. According to the storyline, the weather shouldn't be gloomy. If I'm right, this is a sign of the impending disaster. Have the monsters arrived already? Could it be because Casso has become completely resistant to the medicine? Saria rushed off. Hey, you prisoner. Throwing open the door, Saria was shocked. Hallie's Knights. Even if he's a criminal, isn't this going too far? That contemptuous look as they beat him. At this rate, Casso will just fade away and fall asleep. No, I have to stop this, or the disaster will truly begin. Saria stepped forward. You've messed with the wrong person. Then, using her shadow magic skill, she gave the 2 knights a sound thrashing. Rushing to Casso's side, she urged, Hey, you can't sleep. Wake up. He's drifting off. No, get the gun. Damn it, I left it in my room. No, don't. The monsters are coming. If the disaster happens now, I won't stand a chance. Even if my body respawns, it'll take too long to recover, and my real body will die. Damn it, I can't let that happen. I have to use that method. This is the only way. Is there really no other way, guys? Haha. Saria's face brightened. The disaster was receding. Oh, thank goodness, she breathed. That was close, she thought, wiping her mouth. Was it really, though? It's just a game, so it's fine. Probably. Casso's sudden awakening startled her. Goodness. He eyed her warily. Why are you hovering over me like that? Panic flared. Oh no, Saria thought. If he knows, I'm done for. She stammered. I wasn't doing anything. What do you mean? Casso sat up. Weren't you a bit close? Closer than usual, I mean. Saria floundered. I swear I wasn't. Those knights were about to attack you while you were almost asleep, so I took care of them and gave you some medicine. Casso frowned. I was almost asleep. Yes, Saria explained. It seems you've developed a higher resistance to the medicine and almost succumbed. They attacked you then. Those wounds are proof. Casso absorbed this news like a blow. Saria fetched a bundle of clothes, trying to sound casual. Anyway, you should change into these. I got some men's clothes from the maids. Casso glanced at the unconscious knights. Did you really defeat them? Well, Saria said with a shrug, it was a bit tricky, but I managed. I got behind them and knocked them out with a kick. Casso's brow furrowed. They're the Count's men. If he finds out, you'll be in trouble. Saria laughed. Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine. The Count trusts me. Inwardly, she thought, I'm practically best buds with him at this point. What's there to worry about? Still, better safe than sorry. I'll deal with these knights, she continued. You should get changed and eat something. Dragging the unconscious men out, she muttered, Knights my foot. One kick and they're down. Useless in a real disaster. She paused at the door. I'm coming in. Okay. Opening the door, Saria's jaw dropped at the sight of Casso's bare chest. Oh my, he's even more handsome without a shirt. No, don't be fooled by those abs. He's too distracting. Casso raised an eyebrow. Are you just going to stand there and stare? I didn't see anything. I didn't see a thing. As Casso continued to dress, Saria fidgeted. What are you doing? Changing, he replied, as if it were obvious. Saria froze for a moment. Wait for me to leave first. Casso smirked. I thought you weren't looking. Saria turned her back. Right. I'm not looking. But what's wrong with me changing? Casso asked. Huh? What do you mean? Saria questioned. Everyone reacts the same way when they see my body, male or female, he explained. Do you think you're handsome? Saria inquired. I don't know, Casso shrugged. Objectively, you are, Saria admitted, but you're not my type. Glad to hear it, Casso replied. Saria blinked. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, I'm glad you woke up in time. Do they always treat you like this? Why do you ask? Casso questioned. Saria clenched her fists. Just tell me. Maybe I can help. Casso's emotional status window, if he had one, would have displayed suspicion. A medic like you, hired to do odd jobs like this. Saria stammered. Well, no, it's just maybe I can help you. Panicked, she blurted, let's change the subject. Oh, right, I have this. You should take care of yourself and eat properly. Relying only on medicine isn't good. Eat up. Casso was silent for a moment, then asked, are you pitying me now? Saria stammered. Oh no. I'm worried the drug resistance will make you even more tired. Casso picked up the medicine bottle. Anyway, I can't eat properly. If I eat my fill, I'll get sleepy. He paused, then added with a touch of dry humor. Hey, does anyone else get sleepy after eating like this weirdo? Saria responded brightly. Isn't that what I'm hired to prevent? If you get sleepy, I'll just wake you up. Casso asked like earlier. Saria replied, yes, just like that. Casso raised a hand thoughtfully. We'll see about that. Words aren't exactly reliable, you know. A status window, invisible to Saria, flashed in Casso's mind. The evil one is experiencing a certain fondness for you. Saria blinked, surprised. What was that? That thing. Dang it, that image again. He probably doesn't remember, right? How could he? He was clearly asleep. Casso continued smoothly. No need to be so surprised. It's a common occurrence for prisoners. Just messing with the food, that's all. It's no different from torture. These things happen because I'm a prisoner. Saria murmured, I see. She thought to herself, he's acting like it's nothing. Casso doesn't seem like someone who's afraid of ordinary torture. He's an NPC, but I don't know what happened to him in the past. Casso spoke again. From now on, you should personally deliver the medicine to me. Saria blurted out, what? You absolutely hate being touched. Casso replied, it's annoying when you toss it at me like it's some kind of joke. Saria retorted, who would joke around with expensive medicine like this? Casso stepped closer. Someone would. Some crazy person. He paused, a strange look in his eyes. Come to think of it, maybe you and I are alike. Saria pouted, but maybe that crazy person has their reasons. Casso sighed. Whatever the reason, I don't really care. If I find that person, I'll skewer them on the spot. Saria's face darkened. That makes two secrets I can't let Casso find out. Aloud, she said, anyway, I don't want to get close to you. What if you try to kill me again? Your words just now were pretty scary, too. Casso responded, I promise I won't strangle you again. Saria pressed him, just my neck. What about breaking my arms and legs, aiming for my head, crushing my temples? Casso clicked his tongue in annoyance. Do you take me for a murderer? I swear I won't threaten you while I'm here. Saria felt a flicker of relief. I don't know how he's changed, but it's good that he said that. Still, I'm a little uneasy. Casso held up the medicine bottle. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the medicine's effectiveness has dropped to 10 minutes. Saria froze, then her eyes widened in alarm. What? 10 minutes? Why are you so calm about this? She thought frantically, the medicine's effectiveness really is decreasing. At this rate, the disaster will come even sooner. If he has to take it every 10 minutes, he'll just become completely resistant in the remaining time. Should I make the neutralizing agent now? It's used to treat resistance caused by overdose. But the ingredients are so far from the heli estate. What should I do? I'm busy every night. I have absolutely no time to go all the way there. Creating the neutralizing agent has to be the priority. If Heli's mission is completed safely and the disaster is averted, Casso's curse will be lifted soon, and he'll march straight to the royal palace with Adam's knights. He'll kill everyone who looked down on him and take the throne. Since the disaster didn't happen, Adam won't have any reason to accuse Casso. It'll become an alliance, with Adam protecting Casso. But still, I need to show them the quality of my medicine. If Casso returns to the palace, even if he's resistant, he can be treated by a skilled pharmacist. So it's better to handle this emergency right away. Suddenly, a group of people approached, shouting, Pharmacist Saria Estriel. You are charged with assaulting a member of the royal family and theft. This is an emergency order from the Count to arrest you. Saria panicked. What? Adam Helly, that bastard. He said he trusted me. He backstabbed me. Unforgivable. The violet-haired knight continued. I'll give you a chance to confess. Come quietly. Saria worried silently. Adam couldn't have prevented the theft, could he? I didn't even steal it. I got it because I politely asked the servant. Wait, is everything going according to plan? I didn't expect to feel so miserable being arrested and taken away like this. No matter what, I'll be back before midnight and take care of Casso. Saria sighed, raising her hands. It really wasn't me. Casso stepped forward, grabbing Saria's hand. What are you doing? Do you think you'll be safe if a drug dealer like you gets caught by the knights? Saria blushed. What? What's this? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? Then she said, do you think I can't give you a potion if I leave you? If I become a prisoner, I'd rather be locked up here to continue making medicine. Casso hesitated. Huh, you. Saria rummaged in her pocket. The Count will give me special treatment, so it'll be fine. As she tossed the bag to Casso, the knights yelled, Saria Estriel. Why aren't you coming out? If you don't appear in 3 seconds, we'll arrest you by force. 1, 2, 3. Seize her. Come out here. Saria turned back, calling out that, remember to take it on time. Casso watched her go, thinking, does she not know what it means to be dragged away? However, with that act, she's definitely not a fool, repeating lies and acting against her own interests this whole time. Because it seemed suspicious, I was going to kill her immediately, and from some point, those images have been fulfilling their duty. Pharmacist, I don't know what she's doing anymore. I should watch her a little longer, but only if she returns safely. A while later, Saria was brought to a location. Looking around, she thought there seemed to be about 10 people gathered. Adam Helly is here too. It looks like they're mostly servants who have the Count's trust. If he wants to accuse me and make me a criminal in front of them, so be it. Could this also be his plan? Even if it's not obvious, there must be a servant here infested with centipedes. There's even that butler, the master of those pesky vermin. If I could just get my hands on my tools, it would be absolutely perfect. I could take all that sweet, sweet essence for myself. The butler boom Count, you see. I warned you about her from the moment she arrived. She's a witch, here to ruin the Helly name. I have witnesses, so no one will be fooled by her lies. Saria was taken aback. What? Witnesses? A nearby guard chimed in, yes. You must punish her. She forced us to eat prisoners' food and even attacked us with dark magic. Saria thought to herself, wow, that's a bold-faced lie. Wait a minute, aren't they the weaklings I already dealt with? If I had known things would turn out like this, I would have asked Casso to handle them. The crowd murmured amongst themselves. Oh dear, dark magic. How could she? The Count spoke up. Wait, are you telling me that knights were defeated by a mere pharmacist? Both of them at once. The butler explained, no, it's because she's a witch, so she's powerful. But don't you see anything suspicious? After she arrived, there have been countless incidents of servants fainting. Even the incident the other day, where the servants fell into a strange sleep. She was there then, too, and the only one unaffected. All of this is meant to damage the Helly name. Adam Helly Sigit. Pharmacist, do you have anything to say for yourself? Saria tried to compose herself. Stay calm. I've got an excuse. Just stay calm. She turned and addressed the crowd. I try to keep it hidden, but I suppose it can't be helped. Some people have become monsters after being parasitized, and they're mixed in among the residents of this estate. It seems some of them are even present here. The butler scoffed. Preposterous. Don't spout such nonsense. Saria pulled out a vial of yellow liquid. Of course, there's an easy way to defeat them, by using this medicine. It won't harm a normal person. Its ingredients are made from the petals and stems of the healthiest sunflowers. After coming into contact with the host, the parasite inside will die, and the body will fall asleep for a period of time. Those who fainted before were, because I was eliminating the parasites within them. The head mate spoke up. Come to think of it, I had become rather irritable and aggressive in the past few days. After fainting and waking up, I was completely back to normal. Saria rejoiced inwardly. Yes, thanks to the head maid, things are looking up. The butler, enraged, snatched the vial from Saria's hand. Don't you dare lie. How can we trust a potion you made? I'll expose your lies for all to see. The butler uncorked the vial, a sinister smile spreading across his face, and poured the contents onto a young man named Joseph. Joseph immediately screamed, causing widespread panic. Saria's face paled. What the? Clutching his head, the butler cried out, oh dear God. Look, I was just trying to expose this witch's lies, and now Joseph is dying. The crowd erupted. Punish the witch. Punish her. Oh God, she's a murderer. Saria thought frantically. I underestimated that butler. Badly. I'm going to be accused of witchcraft. If I'm convicted and executed, I'll have to start the game all over again in Dover Village. If that happens, Casso will fall into his sleep without his medicine. But it's too difficult to defend myself now. If this continues, this won't do, Saria blurted out. It's all a misunderstanding. Look, she cried, displaying her unharmed hands. The headmaid shrieked, don't believe her. Don't believe the witch. Saria felt a pang of fear. Even the headmaid, who had been helping her, no longer believed her. What should I do? What can I do? Suddenly, Adam Helly appeared, snatching the potion bottle. I was the one who ordered the pharmacist to exterminate these monsters, Adam declared. So I will personally test this concoction. It's completely harmless to normal people, isn't it? Saria softly replied, yes. She watched anxiously as he examined the bottle. What on earth is he doing? Adam, after scrutinizing the potion, unstoppered it. Two guards exchanged worried glances. Count, they began, but the Count, for the moment, seemed perfectly fine. The dark-haired guard spoke urgently. Count, are you all right? Why would you do something so dangerous? The Count, wiping his face, responded, because I ordered the extermination of these monsters, I must personally verify the potion's effects. As you can all see, I'm completely unharmed. So there you have it. Everything is proven. Saria breathed a sigh of relief. He truly is one of the main characters. I thought he would just remain silent and pass judgment, but to actually pour the potion on himself, that was unexpected. It must be because he feels helpless, unable to save Serena. My heart is so heavy. Adam continued, as you can see, I'm fine. Then what happened to Joseph? The butler stammered. Well, that is, perhaps the Count is also one of the witches. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Heavens, to insult the Count. Could it be the butler is the monster? Saria thought, how foolish. To slander even the lord of the manor. Now he's completely under suspicion. Adam spoke. Then let us find out who is lying. Pharmacist, distribute a small amount to everyone. Saria raised her hands. Yes, yes. Everyone gather around. I'll distribute it to all of you. See, nothing happens. Come on, you lot over there. Come here. The butler cried out, Count. This is unacceptable. You can't treat us like this. Observing the butler's behavior, Saria thought, this is easier than I expected. Now the butler is beyond saving. That means the low-level monsters can be easily dealt with. If I can handle the ringleader, the butler, then. At that moment, Frank, the aide, wheeled Serena, the Count's sister, forward. Stop this, Count, he said. If you continue, Lady Serena will be in danger. Saria's heart clenched. Serena, Adam's only hope. Frank Hamston, the aide. Shadow-devouring centipede, level 13. He's a monster too. The headmaid cried out in alarm. Aide, what are you doing? Lady Serena is ill. Why bring her here? Adam stepped in front of Frank, blocking the headmaid. What are you playing at? Saria stared at Frank. The dark veins on his face are completely different from the butler's. Frank spoke. This old man and the butler have served you faithfully for many years. But your recent actions, even I cannot understand why you would do such things. Saria thought, wait, if he's the original host, then his mind is completely controlled. Suddenly, Frank dropped to his knees. You have a responsibility to protect us at all costs. Saria wondered, what is he doing? Adam asked, perplexed, what do you mean? The aide replied, the servant's behavior in the mansion has been peculiar lately. I've told you multiple times, but you haven't paid any attention. That criminal should have been monitored and watched more closely. Saria looked at him skeptically. It's absurd. How is he still maintaining his original mind? Is he battling that centipede within his mind? All because of his loyalty to Helly. Adam stepped forward. Get up, Aide Frank asked. Shouldn't it be for Lady Serena? Are you planning to abandon this place and flee, leaving this disaster to unfold, all for her sake? Adam's face darkened. Aide, be careful with your words. Serena is important to the Count, but he can't abandon this place, passed down through generations. So take responsibility and protect us all from these monsters. Exterminate the monsters lurking in the mansion. Save this place by judging the criminal. Saria pondered. Even the aide knows everything about Adam ignoring and seemingly abandoning this place to the monsters. Yes, Count, as someone who has dedicated his life to the Count, it's hard to accept, but because of Adam's sister, I understand why he hesitates to confront the disaster. Adam Heli is facing a lot of unpleasant things. Adam spoke, I will not abandon anyone. The aide's voice rose. Then why haven't you acted? Why have you let things progress this far? Adam replied, the moment the spire of Heli was unsealed, there was a testament from our ancestors stating that this is the era when Heli will end. The aide gritted his teeth. Impossible. Adam continued, learn to accept it. The aide shouted, that's impossible. That spire has been completely sealed for the past 500 years. Adam responded, though it's hard to believe, we must accept it as truth. The spire's seal has been completely broken. Aide Frank bowed his head. This can't be. You've abandoned us all. Others around them voiced their anxieties. The legendary hemp plant revived. Absurd. Then we'll all die. Saria gasped. So this is the disaster. There's not enough time until the Nobel sword is restored. The spire's seal showed signs of weakening during this time. Now I understand why they sent the criminal to the illustrious Heli estate. It wasn't out of trust in Heli, but because of the rumors of the loosening seal. They sent her here like a time bomb. Even if it wasn't for the Count's downfall, this place would be destroyed one day. Even if we cry for help, the royal palace won't care. It's nothing more than a contaminated site, a time bomb. This isn't an easy problem to solve. I thought the Count's downfall being confined to Heli was to allow the two of them to progress faster. No matter what I do, that truth is too much to bear. If the Nobel sword is restored, the seal will return. I must restore it as quickly as possible. The butler, seizing the moment when everyone was distracted, rushed forward and scooped up Serena. He announced, if you want this child to live, then obediently follow my orders. Adam exclaimed, release Lady Serena. Butler, what are you doing? Release Serena. The butler, his true colors now revealed, snarled, shut up. From now on, I'm a master of this estate. Adam Heli commanded sharply. Don't let Serena get hurt. Restrain him. The words had barely left his lips when a group of servants moved to block the butler. Adam stared, astonished. What? When did these people become monsters? Saria murmured to the headmaid. Headmaid, you haven't forgotten what I asked, have you? If I give the signal, I'll need your help. The headmaid replied, understood. Saria thought to herself, good. Let the preparations begin. We need to move quickly. The butler erupted in laughter. Ha ha ha. How do you like my hidden power? Everything you have is thanks to your father. You're no different from him. I'll never let a brat like you lord over me. Adam, bewildered, asked what you mean. The butler sneered, though you may have forgotten. The Kenricks were once a prestigious family in the East. But we lost everything, our home, our standing, because of one momentary lapse in judgment. My father swallowed his pride, cultivated connections, and borrowed money from your father. But your father coldly turned his back on us. Our family crumbled. We pleaded, but he wouldn't even look at us. All because of your family's selfishness. Adam interrupted. Get a grip. Your father, Kenrick, didn't borrow money to rebuild his family. He borrowed it to gamble. Didn't my father still accept you as the butler? The butler raged. All of this is for my benefit. If you don't want this little girl to die a miserable death, bring me the family seal. Otherwise, I'll kill her. No, making her my wife isn't a bad idea either. And I'll take over all the staff here. I'll take good care of the Heli family. Saria raised her gun in the air and shouted, stop. That's enough of your pathetic rambling. Just stop right there. The butler gaped. The apothecary. When did you? Saria snapped her fingers. There and there. Confusion rippled through the room. Why did the lights go out? What's happening? What the? The lights. The estate's magic has been cut off. The Heli Manor's magic suppressor. A relic that temporarily shuts down the flow of magic within the estate to better manage its power. The headmaid quickly rushed to open the curtains. The enthralled servants mocked. She's opening the curtains. Idiot. Moonlight isn't sunlight. Then, the chandelier slowly began to glow. Surprise filled the room. Lights. Wait, those aren't lights. Larvae. They're larvae. Level 1, moonlit beetles. Insect-type monsters that glow under the moonlight like fireflies. Saria thought to herself, since Serena can't be exposed to direct sunlight, I needed an alternative light source to activate the chandelier. It took a lot of work to gather these from the swamp monsters. The butler pointed and demanded, what is the meaning of this? You fool. Do you think these childish tricks can stop me? Saria thought, now, the preparations should be complete. Let's begin. Saria muttered, night falls, veiling the twilight, but the sun is always near. She felt a little embarrassed saying aloud, but it wasn't real life anyway. The butler scoffed. What in the world are you doing? Saria continued, this is where the sword shall fill the fields of despair with light and prosperity. That place will surely share in the glory of Heli. The butler rushed forward, then stopped abruptly. Silence. I don't know what that is, but if you don't stop. As the butler charged, Saria continued, I, Sepika of Heli, even as a spirit, will forever protect this place. Open, space of light. A powerful gust of wind erupted, throwing the butler back. Saria watched him, momentarily surprised. A system notification appeared. Level 25, old chandelier has lost its light and fallen into slumber. Due to prolonged damage, absorption is taking time. Adam asked, perplexed, Apothecary, why didn't you run? What are you doing? Saria gaped. What? Shouldn't the activation spell have worked instantly? This isn't what I expected. While she was still processing, the butler lunged, grabbing Saria and laughing. Ha ha ha, that's all you've got. A wasted effort. Adam yelled the antidote. Where is it? Saria worried. When will this chandelier work? At this rate, I'm done for. The butler continued. I've had my eye on you for a while. This is perfect. Now, I will kill you. Just as despair threatened to consume them, a light flared. Level 25, damaged old chandelier has gathered enough energy and activated successfully. The chandelier's light struck the butler, burning a hole clean through his chest, the size of a chicken egg. Saria wrenched free from his grasp. The light then swept over the other corrupted servants. Adam stared in disbelief. The apothecary actually. Another notification appeared. Saria breathed a sigh of relief. All that hard work paid off. Now, I just need to collect the materials. Quest completed easily. Wait, it's over already. Since the moonlight is blocked, the magic supply is cut off. Now I'll slowly go down and get the shadow essence. The butler struggled to rise. How can I end here? This can't be happening. Impossible. Saria panicked. What? He's still alive. Who's really behind all this? Wait, that direction is. The butler lunged towards Adam. I can't die like this. Adam swiftly swung his sword, cleaving the butler's tail in two. The butler stumbled, but remained defiant. Not yet. He turned towards Lady Serena. Saria cried out, damn it. I try not to use my skills openly. Stop. The butler lunged, writhed in despair. Abe Frank rushed forward, shielding Serena. Not a chance. A spray of blood erupted, shocking Adam. A notification appeared. Level 25, damaged old chandelier is ready to activate. Saria instantly cast her spell. Magic light, annihilate. Light poured down, engulfing the butler. Adam rushed forward, driving his sword into the butler's body. Abe Frank lay in a pool of blood. Another notification appeared. Level 25, damaged old chandelier has defeated level 25 Shadow Eater Zet. Saria thought, the mastermind has been thoroughly dealt with by Adam's blade. Serena is safe, but Adam rushed to Frank's side, embracing him. Apothecary, can you save him? Saria hurried over and checked Frank's pulse. Adam, anxious, pressed, I asked, can you save him? Saria softly replied, Count, the dead cannot be saved. Abe Frank died instantly from the monster's poison. Tears streamed down Adam's face. Damn it, the butler approached. The aide said he was honored to have served to the best of his ability as a member of the Helly household until the very end. The other servants echoed the sentiment. Indeed, I will be here for all my days. Those were his words. Saria bit her lip, troubled. This is unpleasant. This isn't a good ending. A system notification appeared. 25 units of shadow essence received. GM Sarah has gifted 1 million gold. Saria blinked, bewildered. Huh, what's this? Another notification. GM Ari has gifted 3 vials of sunlight allergy cure. Saria recalled something. A few days ago, they said they'd prepare a special reward. So this is medicine that can completely cure Serena's illness. While this reward doesn't help me much, it helps that child who's been suffering and caused me so much worry. Think positive, she mused to herself. Even though the butler died and the ending is a bit sad, no one else was seriously injured. I also caught the mastermind and received the cure for Serena. Adam clenched his fist. Perhaps the butler's words were true. Maybe I don't have the right to protect this place. Before the seal is completely broken, everyone should seek their own safety. The servants murmured amongst themselves. Count, what are you saying? Where are we supposed to go? Adam continued, if you can, go far away from here. I will cover all the expenses, so prepare to leave. Saria rummaged in her bag, thinking, why is he digging his own grave like this? I have to change this atmosphere. She pulled out the vials and announced, stop, take this. Adam, perplexed, asked, what are you doing? What is this? Saria replied, medicine. This is medicine to treat Lady Serena's affliction. Adam asked, incredulous. It can truly cure Serena. Saria smiled. Yes, take it before sunrise, and then simply bask in the first rays of the morning sun for 3 days, and she'll be completely cured. To herself, she thought, surprised, I never thought I'd see Adam so grateful. Adam stared at the vials in his hand, speechless. The servants were also moved. That's wonderful, Count. I've been waiting for the day Lady Serena could walk freely again. Now, she can run and play in the sunlight. Adam closed his eyes, overcome with emotion. Aren't you afraid of the coming disaster? The head servant bowed his head. To say we aren't afraid would be a lie, but I do not wish to be a coward. Indeed, the people of Heli are not cowards, Count. We will stay until the end and fight alongside you. For the glory of Heli. For the glory of Heli. Adam's voice rang out. Adam Heli is the Lord who rules this land. I respect your decision. We will stand together and defend this place. For the glory of Heli. The servants chorused, for the glory of Heli. Saria smiled to herself. I only helped a little, but the atmosphere has completely changed. As expected of Adam Heli, protector of this territory. Everyone is united in their resolve to stay here. Everyone will recover fine without any more help. Now, I need to go to Castle, Saria mused. Adam's voice, unexpected and contrite, broke through her thoughts. I apologize for not trusting you. Saria, startled, quickly replied, oh no, it's quite all right. He continued, your name is Saria Aziel, isn't it? Thank you, Saria, Adam said. A notification of his emotions materialized. Adam feels guilty towards you. Adam has a favorable impression of you. Saria thought to herself, not now, another pharmacist. Then with a smile, she responded aloud, oh yes, what are you thanking me for? Thanks to you, I was able to drive away those monsters and save Serena, Adam explained. I apologize for my rudeness this morning. Saria brushed it off. It's nothing. I did it of my own free will. Adam interrupted, don't be so modest. Modest? Saria questioned, tilting her head slightly. Indeed, Adam affirmed, you have bestowed a great favor upon my family. Saria's inner thoughts whirled. He's talking as if I gave him some incredible boon. Outwardly, she feigned ignorance. I don't know what favor you're referring to. It's all within the scope of my employment benefits. Count, she stated matter-of-factly. Of course, I've thought about compensation and support. Adam looked bewildered. Employment benefits. Saria's mind raced. The next part of the storyline needs a lot of money. The amount the GM gave isn't enough, so I have to get more from Adam. In addition to the initially agreed upon sum, she continued smoothly. There's also the hardship pay for working outside, the monster extermination fee, and I expect hazard pay for the demonic threat. The cost of Lady Serena's treatment is free. I got it free from the GM, so it should be free here too. You're really something, Adam responded, his tone a mixture of amusement and disbelief. His emotional status updated. Adam is questioning your intelligence. Adam is annoyed by your boundless capitalism. Seeing Adam's status, Saria thought, what? Overtime work deserves extra pay, of course. An AI questioning a human's intelligence. He's the most inflexible character in the game. Then, to her surprise, Adam smiled. You amuse me. His status flickered again. Adam has completely dismissed his doubts about your abilities. Congratulations. Adam Heli's understanding of you has increased. Saria was taken aback. In the storyline, Adam is a character who never smiles. And what's with this notification? Increased understanding points. This isn't a normal character notification. Could my relationship with Adam be progressing? Doesn't matter. I need the money more than this, so it's probably just something positive. Adam interrupted her thoughts. I understand. I won't forget the additional benefits. Saria's face lit up. Thank you. I'll work even harder from now on. There's something I'd like to ask you first, Adam said. Yes, anything, Saria replied eagerly. In this mood, she would answer anything. The chandelier, Adam began, his voice laced with curiosity, our family's secret weapon. Even now, many are unaware of its true value. Even I, the master of this mansion, was ignorant of its power. You're not a member of our family, so how did you know how to activate it? Saria froze. The others didn't know how to use the chandelier, so I don't know how to explain it either. I thought this was a game, so they just gloss over it. She stammered, scratching her head while about that. Tell me, Saria. Adam pressed, his gaze intent. His emotional status appeared. Adam is beginning to suspect you. Panic flared within Saria. Oh no, what do I say? Actually, she began, her voice trailing off. That's what I heard from my grandfather. Adam mused. Your grandfather. What would he know about my family? Saria rushed to explain. Well, to be precise, it was the maternal grandfather of the friend who lives next door to my brother's mother who bought medicine for my grandfather. 500 years ago, he was a dedicated pharmacist for the Helly family to prevent the spread of the Shadow's power after sealing the monster. I heard the head of the family at the time created a secret weapon. It's a good thing I heard Sarah explain about the chandelier. The light of any lamp forms the curves and supports of the chandelier, mixing sun powder and moon powder. Both the purest phases of Christo 1977 are engraved with high-level defensive magic, which is still passed down by the pharmacists of the Helly family to this day. Adam reached out and touched the chandelier. Though it sounds like rambling nonsense, such specific details can't be considered a lie. Adam seemed to have temporarily dismissed his suspicions about Saria. She breathed a sigh of relief. It seems to fit, doesn't it? Adam turned and called to the butler. The pharmacist's reward. The butler replied, I'll go prepare it right away. Saria, overhearing, thought to herself, this much shadow essence and a reward is enough. Adam continued, the butler will bring your reward. Follow him. Saria thought, if that's the case, I'll take the reward and then go to Castle's place. A moment later, pharmacist, here is the reward as promised. Thank you, sir. A notification popped up. Adam Helly has paid $1 million as a reward. Current gold, $6,062,900. Saria gaped at the bag of money. Finally, I've received the payment. Even though it's in a game, I've never held this much money before. I'll need it later, but it's still so exciting. Adam approached and asked, are you that happy? Saria replied, how can I not be happy with the results of my tireless work? Adam leaned on his hand. Truly tireless work, was it? Saria pouted, thinking, is he being sarcastic? Adam continued, I recall you also have a separate arrangement with the prisoner. I'm curious to know if you've been working diligently. Do you think he'll have enough money to pay you? Saria touched her chin, thinking, I've always prioritized Cass' soul. It's a normal question for a suspicious person like Adam. I've already explained the question about knowing Castle's nature before. All right, I feel more comfortable saying what I want. Then Saria asked, what does the Count think? Adam looked puzzled. What do you mean? Saria replied, about the prisoner. Do you think he'll give me compensation? Why are you asking me that? I think it depends on me. If, in the end, the disaster doesn't happen, even the worst thing that could cause a disaster, if the Count prevents it completely, would the prisoner still be called a prisoner? Seeing Adam's silence, Saria thought, as expected, Adam has also thought about that. That's why he arranged the dining room for Cass' soul. Of course, failing to manage him would be a huge mistake. I also have a question. Adam asked, what is it? Saria said, just now, I apprehended a criminal under the Emperor's orders. So, if the prisoner isn't a prisoner, what will happen to Helly for not serving him properly? Adam glared. Watch your words. You're just a pharmacist. How dare you speak so casually about my family? Adam Helly felt a surge of anger at Saria's words and actions. Saria replied, it's just a matter of perspective, Count. Nothing has happened yet. Saria worried, thinking, nothing has happened yet that we can't control. In reality, Cass' soul hasn't shown any outrage at being treated unjustly. It seems he's aware of his own circumstances. But that's just the limit of a prisoner. If Adam doesn't treat Cass' soul differently, with that personality, after returning as Crown Prince, he'll destroy the Hellies. Originally, the player would act as a mediator between Cass' soul and Adam. I don't have time to worry about Castle's disaster and the Helly family's seal. Adam clutched his head. You think you can prevent this disaster? Saria, hearing this, thought, it sounds like a question, but it's the same as saying Cass' soul can't fight against the darkness. But even if this isn't the way for me to end the game, quickly, Saria spoke aloud. Of course it must be stopped, at all costs. As the master of this place, didn't you say you would protect it to the end? Adam silently approached Saria, making her anxious. To do that, I will do my utmost. Saria thought, oh dear. From Adam's perspective, I'm just a pharmacist. I shouldn't interfere, should I? Adam reached into his coat pocket. Take this. Saria asked, puzzled, what is it? Adam turned away. It's a relic with defensive capabilities. Its range is quite wide, so it won't be inconvenient to carry. Saria replied, no, why are you giving this to me? I already received my reward. Adam's voice was low. If the worst should happen, take Serena and everyone else away from here. To the capital. It would be best if I could go there and negotiate directly. But as a precaution, in case the seal is broken, I must investigate. So, I may not have the time. As long as Serena is safe, she will surely repay you later. The Hellies never forget a debt. Saria was surprised. You trust me? Adam said flatly, no. Saria immediately asked. Then why entrust me with such a serious task? Incite. Although I don't trust you much, you're someone who, for money, will stop at nothing. Saria exclaimed, I'm not that greedy. Damn, he doesn't trust me at all. Suddenly, there was a violent tremor. Is this an earthquake? No, this is what happens when the seal on that is broken. Suddenly, a GM notification from New popped up, making Saria jump. Adam asked, what did you just say? What? Oh, I didn't say anything. The reward has been paid. You should go. Adam Helly doubts your sanity. Count, before I go, there's something important I want to ask you. Saria thought. New must have understood the situation and ended the call. She continued, for example, if the prisoner doesn't make any moves, do you have any other countermeasures? Adam said coldly, no, it's a fight to the death. As expected, if that's the case, and if it's impossible to stop it when the disaster strikes, lead the soldiers to the western border. Adam asked, puzzled, what do you mean? The seagulls will appear there first, Saria replied. Why? How would I know that? Naturally, because the prisoner on the spire told me. She continued. I'm just a hired hand, after all. Adam brought a hand to his chin. What you say, the prisoner told me directly as well. Saria responded. It seems he calculated his timing, waiting for the opportune moment to inform the count. Having said all that needs saying, I should take my leave, she declared. I've conveyed everything I needed to the count. I must be going. The gold is heavy, and I'd like to deposit it safely. New keeps calling. I'm getting worried. Adam turned to his head servant. I have a small task for you. The servant replied, yes, I understand, my lord. That girl always seems busy. Adam mused, puzzled. Girl. The head servant answered respectfully, indeed, my lord. Her manner of speaking, her very voice. One can tell it's a young woman. Wouldn't you agree? That girl has worked tirelessly today, Count, venturing to the swamp to capture the moon. It seems she had to fight those mud monsters. Thanks to her, everything went smoothly. It's fortunate that Lady Serena's illness could be cured. Shouldn't we offer hospitality to the manor's benefactor? Benefactor, Adam Sukolfut. Everything that happened today requires payment. External work fees, additional allowances. The head servant beamed. My, what a clever girl. Adam grumbled. Didn't you say she threatened me earlier? Adam thought to himself. I don't know how she knows everything, but that subtly pressuring attitude, using the care of the prisoner on the spire as leverage. If what the head servant says is true, and she's a young girl, this becomes even more perplexing. Come to think of it, requesting additional payment is only natural, just like being able to avert disaster with medicinal herbs. According to the prophecy, on the 7th night after confinement, precisely midnight tomorrow, we must prevent the prisoner from sleeping to escape disaster. But after that, we can't stop the removal of the tower's seal. Because of that, I'm not concerned about the crown prince losing his authority. Frankly, according to the royal mages, the spire's seal is weakening. A crown prince bringing disaster. The Helly family believing it's on the verge of ruin. But the pharmacist spoke so resolutely. Yes, of course, we must stop it at all costs. As if she would stop it, no matter the price. Although her hood obscured her features, I could sense that determination. Just then, the head servant approached. Count, the last time you showed such emotion in front of someone was long ago, before the master and mistress passed. She truly is a remarkable girl. Adam cut him off. Nonsense. He pondered. Saria, Aziel, how can she constantly irritate me so in such a short time? Just who is that girl? Adam Supokalod. Deliver this document to the Knight Commander. From now on, we prepare for disaster. The scene shifted to Saria. I was wondering why they called for me like that, telling me to go to Castle. Something must have happened. It's Saria. Did something happen while I was away? Saria opened the door and stared dumbfounded. Did you use up all the medicine again? I clearly prepared enough medicine to last until I returned, but now there are fewer vials than I provided. I heard the sound of running water and a fishy smell just now. Then she spoke. I told you not to use it all at once. If the medicine's effects keep diminishing. Castle approached and asked, why did you come back? Did you really beg the Count to lock you up with me? Idiot. Saria frowned. What? You dare call me an idiot? Saria pinched her nose. Where's that fishy smell coming from? A broken vial and something else. Saria gasped when she saw the blood on Castle's hand and rushed over to grasp it. It wasn't the sound of running water, but the sound of dripping blood. Did he try to make himself stay awake? Saria asked urgently. I still have more medicine. Why did you? Castle paused, then said, the medicine's effects have decreased to only 5 minutes. Saria's jaw dropped. Allow me to explain something. Because Saria disguised her voice and wore a hood, Castle doesn't know she's a woman. From now on, I'll change the pronouns to reflect this. Saria took out the medicine vial. I told you I'd come back. Why did you hurt your hand with a shard of glass like that? Cass-Sol replied, because the knights took them away. I couldn't get them back. There has to be another way to stop it. Don't worry about it. Saria thought dejectedly. It's only like this because he doesn't have his sword. Cass-Sol is right. As someone completely unfamiliar with this manor, I thought I'd never return here unless I was dragged. In the end, I'm acting like this because I thought he had to endure all of this alone. But if I make more of the medicine, its effects will last longer. Cass-Sol gritted his teeth. But there's no need to go this far. Then what should I do? Let the empire fall into chaos. Let everyone die. Saria mused. I could just indulge myself, couldn't I? Even though Cass-Sol is angry with me right now. But he could also be angry with himself because of this frustrating situation. He's been irritable since the first time we met. It's natural to be angry when you're deprived of sleep for days on end. But why does he want to stop the disaster this way? My goal is to prevent the disaster in this world. If the disaster is stopped, the game will end and I can return to the real world. If I were Cass-Sol, even if others didn't die from my curse, I would die immediately. I couldn't bear the overwhelming drowsiness. Or is it because he's the crown prince? So he has that royal sense of self-sacrifice. With my what-ifs, I'm certainly no match for him. In any case, he hurt himself trying to prevent the disaster. I should reciprocate his good intentions. He might have been wrongly accused, but I have to trust Cass-Sol completely now. Saria bowed her head slightly. It was my negligence. I left you in a dilapidated room without even a place to sit. I felt very remorseful. Cass-Sol sighed, and yet you show no repentance. Saria fumed, this blockhead, every time he opens his mouth. Anyway, it was my fault he got hurt, so I'll just bear with it. Cass-Sol walked past Saria and said enough. Apologizing now is too late. If that's the case, shouldn't you have just been strangled at birth and thrown into a crematorium? Saria snapped. Did you really have to go that far? Cass-Sol tilted his head and asked, huh? Saria quickly turned away. It's nothing. I apologized. Why are you being so rude? The nightmare demon is upset by your actions. What? Upset even after an apology. I think he said something about slitting my throat and throwing me into a furnace, didn't he? He doesn't accept apologies. Seriously, this guy? Does he want me to coddle him or something? It can't be. But if that's not it, then I can't explain his actions. Cass-Sol asked, did you bring the medicine today? Saria stammered, yes, I'll go get it ready now. She then poured out a pile of medicine. Sleeping pills, 200 bottles. Cass-Sol crossed his arms. You've given me a lot lately. Saria replied, I received the ingredients from the Count and made the medicine. She worried, although there's still a terrifying amount. If you overuse it, things will get serious. Saria coughed and then said, there won't be any problems with the supply anymore. However, it's becoming increasingly resistant. It might stop working altogether. Cass-Sol pondered for a moment. We have to try until then. Just one more day. Just endure one more day. Saria thought to herself, as expected, if the medicine only works for 5 minutes, can he hold on for the remaining time? Only 24 hours left. I can't falter because of this worry. Instead, I have to do something useful. Saria used 100 units of dark essence to restore the Nubble Greatsword, which had lost its light. The lightless Nubble Greatsword resonated with a malevolent energy. The lightless Nubble Greatsword was now eligible for restoration. The blade of Nubble, filled with demonic intent, was revived. Saria smiled. Finally, the first stage of the knight's revival quest is complete. It's not fully restored, so it's not perfect yet. But if the enhancement is successful, statistically, it will become an S-rank weapon that can help me sweep through to the end without any obstacles. However, obtaining an S-rank weapon is quite difficult. Many have had to reset to get an S-rank weapon. Players who complete the Knight's Revival quest are so rare they can be counted on one hand because the quest requires fighting the level 99 Shadow Eater Z, a boss. It involves handling high-temperature toxic gas, processing with Z's toxic chloride. Through this, perfect enhancement can be achieved, so most players die before they can enhance the sword. Furthermore, dying at the hands of Shadow Eater Z before the enhancement results in quest failure. I don't want to face a level 99 Shadow Eater Z at all. I'm not ready to fight yet. By the way, I think it's better to complete the quest quickly. Cass-Sol spoke. The sword has been revived. Count Adam gathered the dark essence for you, correct? Saria replied, yes. It's not surprising that the Emperor or the nobles would request its revival. Cass-Sol asked, it's a legendary weapon, so I'm sure others are after it. Did Adam request Nubble's revival? Saria answered. The Count only told me about the impending disaster and the poor state of the territory, saying that we need to prepare some things. Cassol was surprised. The state of the territory, Saria explained. The dark currents of the curse are gradually spreading from the tower. The hemp plant that the Haley ancestors sealed seems to be returning. Cassol reached out and said, "Is that the cause of the earthquake just now?" Saria replied, "Yes. The seal is weakening at an accelerating rate. It seems he's preparing for unforeseen circumstances. I don't know what it's connected to, but I'm just following orders." Cassol sighed. Adam Haley can't kill me instantly. Causing chaos without showing his face isn't that simple. Saria thought to herself, I understand why Cassol says that. From Adam's perspective, the long-standing seal on the hemp plant is broken. Instead of asking for help, he embraces the nightmare demon, bringing disaster. With a personality that could turn the royal palace upside down, there's no way he'd obediently comply. Cassol folded his arms and said, "Apothecary, assuming there's no other way to make the medicine tomorrow, go and retrieve the sword from the Count." Saria was astonished. The sword? You mean, could he possibly? Cassol pulled Saria closer. Yes, take it and bring it to me. If the Count can't do it, then you stab me. Here, do you see my collarbone? This is the easiest place to stab. Saria quickly pulled her hand back. Stop. Does it have to be so terrifying? There are other ways. Cassol asked, besides this, what other way is there? Saria stammered, well, I'll think of a more humane way. For example, Cassol pressed, for example, at least give me the medicine before continuing. As soon as he finished speaking, another earthquake struck. This one felt different from the last. The seal is being undone. I need to ask the GM about the seal. There's less than a day left before the seal is completely removed. It will be very difficult then. Cassol spoke. Listen, how much did the Count pay you to take on this job? Saria answered, I received some gold. Cassol retorted, I told you I'd sleep if you didn't keep your promise, didn't I? If I fall asleep, you won't even see the Count's face, let alone that gold. The entire Haley territory will vanish in flames. If that happens, I don't know if you'll be able to keep your worthless life. Saria pondered, he knows better than anyone. Even though I haven't seen it myself, the fate of the Haley territory, even though the heroes put in so much effort to suppress the nightmare demon, he still fell asleep. In the end, disaster struck, ravaging the land with monsters and withered walls. Countless locals died from the hellfire and the relentless monster attacks. Finally, the Haley territory collapsed after the night's fierce resistance. I've seen the players' ending videos. Cassol asked, why aren't you saying anything? Are you scared? Saria replied, no, it's just, I'm touched that you're so worried about my life. Cassol turned away. Shut up. Who said I was worried about you? Saria leaned in and asked, then why did you say that? She thought to herself, I was just joking, but why do I feel like? Cassol extended a hand, saying, stop with the nonsense and admit defeat. It would be better for you to seek a way out now. Saria laughed in response. I haven't given up yet. Oh, are you worried about yourself? I made it clear back there, didn't I? We have to keep trying until it works. And the way I see it, we'll die from that seal breaking before we die in our sleep. Cassol retorted, you truly are fearless. Hearing those sounds, you should be panicking and running away. You don't act like a pharmacist at all. A notification flashed. The nightmare demon is highly suspicious of you. Cassol grabbed Saria by the collar, demanding, who are you really? Complaining of a sore throat while we were sleeping. Saria thought worriedly, why is he suddenly treating me like an assassin? Does he really suspect me that much? A notification appeared. To alleviate the character's suspicion, increase their Halgandu, likability/affinity. Even if that were true, a poor person like me would still cling to this job until the very end. Even if it only brings us a few measly coins that you wouldn't even bat an eye at. So please stop doubting me. The notification updated. The nightmare demon is temporarily suspicious of you. Temporarily again. Then she spoke aloud, but seriously, if that were true, shouldn't you be the most afraid? Cassol questioned why. Saria replied, because due to you, that territory could disappear and everyone will die. Aren't you afraid of any of that? Cassol paused, then said, you say I'm not afraid. I've always thought and felt that way. Saria mused. Although I can sense Cassol's pain when he looks at his own hands, I feel pity for someone else. Myself, trapped and dying in a game I don't understand, even worse than that. Aloud, she said, anyway, I want you to understand that I won't leave even if I might die before receiving payment. A notification appeared. The nightmare demon is concerned about your mind and thoughts. Cass Soul crossed his arms. If you die, blame yourself for being too careless and underestimating others. Saria replied calmly, that won't happen, so don't worry about me. Cass Soul was taken aback. What did you say? Suddenly, a noise came from outside. Saria asked, who's there? The head maid entered. It's me, the head maid. Here's some clothes and food for the prisoner, as you requested. Saria wondered, could it be that Adam acted because of what I said? It seems even Adam is a little afraid of the prince's recovery. Taking the items, Saria said, thank you for bringing these. The head maid said, you've been working hard all day, and you haven't even had dinner yet. I've prepared a meal for you in your room, so please eat. I'll keep watch here while you dine. That's what the count requested. Saria thought, he criticized me for being obsessed with money, but he's still taking such good care of me. It just so happens I have a few things to ask the GM, so I guess I'll have to go for a bit. Smiling brightly, Saria said, I'll trouble you then. I'll just let the other prisoner know, and I'll be right back. Saria then went back inside. Excuse me, the head maid will be watching over things here, so we'll be sure to drink that medicine until I return. These are new clothes for you, and some food. It seems the Count has sent them as a sign of his approval. Cass Soul asked inquisitively, did you have such a difficult time that you had to skip dinner? Saria, surprised, wondered if he had been eavesdropping. Feigning nonchalance, she replied, I cleared my name and treated the Count's younger sister. Cass Soul, astonished, exclaimed, you actually cured her illness. Saria smiled. For a skilled apothecary like myself, it was nothing difficult. A brief pause. Really? You said you were going to eat? So why are you still standing here? Saria responded, all right, but you absolutely must not question or threaten the head, made the way you did me. She's a pure and virtuous woman. She can't stand that sort of thing. So you absolutely must not be rude to her. Cass Soul crossed his arms. Are you treating me like some bloodthirsty murderer now? A notification of Castle's emotions appeared. The nightmare demon is displeased with your behavior. Saria thought to herself, he probably wouldn't do it out of pride. I'm being too presumptuous. Aloud, she said, I'm just expressing my concerns. Cass Soul looked up. Hey, you were the one who suggested the Count treat me well, weren't you? Saria turned away. I don't know. She pondered. Cass Soul had endured unjust treatment and harassment without demanding punishment or informing the Count. So he would be furious to learn that an apothecary like herself had requested better treatment for him. An apothecary like herself, exposing that would only anger him further, as proud nobles were often sensitive about receiving help from commoners. She said, I made enough excuses to clear up the misunderstanding about knocking out the servants, but I didn't demand anything special for you. After all, saying anything would only hinder me further. Head maid, I'll be back in an hour. Please use the medicine bottle at your feet and stay as close to the entrance as possible. The head maid, a little worried, replied, I'll do my best. Saria reassured her, yes, just wait for me a little while. A while later, she tiptoed back to her room and received a message. Saria, you were amazing just now. Ari exclaimed, right? When you defeated the final boss, it was so intense. Sirakaimdin. That spell casting was impressive, girl. From today onwards, I officially recognize you as my junior. Saria seethed. So, while watching all that, did you figure out how to log out? After she asked, both women were still typing. So, there are two pieces of information we GMs receive from the game developers. First, the Demon Sealed in the Haley territory is a mandatory quest that must be completed with 4 other people when you reach level 100. But because the demon recognized you as a powerful warrior and your level is too high, it created a bug that trapped you in a game loop and restarted the quest. Second, regarding the Demon Seal, it was almost completely destroyed when you moved the large sword. It would have been released immediately, so theoretically, the seal is already completely broken. However, fortunately, the developers adjusted the system so that the Haley catastrophe will end as soon as the demon is defeated. Saria said curtly, so, in short, both of those things need to be done, right? GM Jinu replied, don't worry. If you use those sleeping potions to keep Cass Soul awake, it'll be easy. Saria retorted angrily, why should I do that when the potion only lasts for 5 minutes? How is that even a suggestion? As soon as she finished speaking, GM Jinu gifted her with an S-rank mana amplification potion and an S-rank recovery potion. Saria's jaw dropped. This is GM Jinu said, with these, everything should be possible for you now, right? Or are you just hiding? Saria yelled, "Please, just let me out of this damn game. I have to help everyone avoid the scenario where the catastrophe and the demon seal are both released. Even with these potions, I can't beat this game without help from pro players. On top of that, I only know a little about the setting, and I've never even played this game before." The head maid, seeing Saria arrive, exclaimed happily, "Saria, you're back." Saria replied, "Yes, is everything all right?" The head maid said, "Yes, I made sure he took the medicine every 5 minutes, just as you instructed." However, Saria immediately realized what was coming. He hasn't touched the food. Could he be deliberately avoiding it to stay awake? Anyway, he looks more like the male lead dressed like that. When I first brought him here, he was quite stiff, but now he seems pleased, doesn't he? The head maid asked with a bright smile, "Did you eat well?" Saria stammered, "I was busy talking to the game's damn GMs." The head maid continued, "All right, now that you're back, I should probably take my leave. If you need anything, feel free to come to the manor and ask." Saria replied, "All right, take care." The head maid then left. Cassol immediately opened a potion bottle and gulped it down. Looking at the remaining potions, Saria thought to herself, "Thank goodness." Looking at what's left, it seems the effect hasn't dropped below 5 minutes yet. There are about 18 hours left until the catastrophe quest ends. Please, let things stay calm like this. Cassol opened another bottle, surprising Saria. Didn't he just drink one? It seems like he's drinking them faster. Immediately after, Cassol reached for another potion. Saria rushed to stop him. "No, you can't do that. Don't drink anymore. Drinking more won't make it more effective. Overusing it will lead to resistance." Cassol didn't say anything, but kept punching his head. Saria yelled, "Stop it. Please stop." Cassol spoke, "Hey, apothecary, you'd better run and get the sword." Saria asked, bewildered, why suddenly? "What do you mean? Didn't you hear me? Get the sword." Saria pleaded anxiously, "Stop talking nonsense. Calm down. I'll try to find another way. Be honest. When do you think you'll fall asleep?" Cassol yelled, "Damn it. Do you want to die that badly? Do you feel pity and guilt for me?" Saria wondered, pity and guilt. Cassol smiled. "Yes. I want you to throw a potion at me like you did back then. You were quite enthusiastic and threw it with such accuracy." Saria gasped. "You knew it was me. You put on a pretty good act, pretending not to know me," Cassol replied. "Especially that hesitation when I threatened to kill you. That's how I knew it was you. Pity it didn't help me stay sane, though. Those shards of glass barely tickled. Strange how that vial held a restorative potion, healing the wounds. Makes me wonder why you bothered. If you wanted someone to suffer, you should have at least ripped them apart and buried them deep." Saria snatched her hand back, her voice rising. "No matter what, I could never do that. I told you I'd find another way. Why are you suddenly bringing that up?" Cassol clutched his face, grinding his teeth. "Damn it. The medicine, it stopped working an hour ago." Saria's jaw dropped. How is that possible?" Cassol continued, "Haven't you noticed? This was my last, desperate attempt. I was prepared for the addiction. I held out for an hour, but I've reached my limit." Saria clutched her head. "Wait, let me think." Saria's thoughts raced. Even if Cassol is just a game character, I can't bear to watch someone I've spoken to, someone I know, get hurt or die in front of me. Cassol himself feels the pain, so why does he do this? "I've always wondered why you're so determined to protect this place," Saria said. Cassol stepped closer. "This is my limit." A notification flashed. "The nightmare demon feels extreme rage at your words and desires to kill you." Saria caught his hand. "I'll decide after I hear your reasons." Cassol gripped her hand tightly. "Fine. Have you ever heard of the nightmare demon? I hate that contempt. So, anyone who calls me that anyone, I have to catch them and kill them. But more than that, even the commoners call me that. Not just the emperor, but everyone in the capital uses those insulting names like it's some kind of joke. So I thought, what could I do to wash away this humiliation? I really thought long and hard. But no matter how I thought about it, the only way I could come up with was to personally eradicate the source of the disaster. That way, everyone would be safe. That's all." Saria bowed her head slightly. "I see." She thought to herself, if I were Cassol, could I go this far? I don't know. Even though he was born the precious crown prince of the empire, how did he feel when everything hit rock bottom in an instant because of a curse? At the very least, I'd pity myself. I probably wouldn't be strong enough to think about the humiliation or the people who died because of me. Even though Cassol was thrown into prison and confined to the neighboring area, he's still so noble and proud. Even for royalty, Cassol is different. Anyway, I've satisfied some of my curiosity now, to the point that I feel sorry for Cassol, as if I were him. It seems I've really gotten into this game. Then she spoke. I understand. From now on, leave it to me, Your Highness. Cassol held out his hand. Saria Estriel, there's no time for pleasantries. I've truly reached my limit. It seems you know who I am, so let's speak formally. It's called the sun that illuminates zenith. If you're a citizen of the Empire, then retrieve the sword. I can't lift him, but we need to get the Count somewhere safe, quickly. Saria moved to cover Cassol's eyes. Cassol roared, What are you doing? Saria replied, I know what I'm doing. Just rest. Cassol thrashed. What can a mere pharmacist do? This is madness. His struggles weakened, and he drifted into unconsciousness. Saria thought it'll be difficult for him to fight off this sleepiness any longer. Cassol mumbled, Saria Estriel, you'll regret this. Yes, Saria answered, thinking I'm already starting to. I discarded all the best alternatives and chose the worst one. I'll probably blame myself and regret this choice. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm like this. Like Cassol said, when I was torturing him, wasn't I afraid of his revenge? It's all right. I felt guilty then. Anyway, I tried to help him. I didn't think he'd be hurt by the broken glass. Even if he gets sick, the medicine will heal the wound immediately. This is a game, after all. A good outcome is all that matters. So, consider this repaying my debt. Cassol's voice was low and slow. Don't please. Saria thought, if I leave him like this, he might bite his tongue. It'll be over soon. Sleep well. Then, Saria administered the sleeping draft. Cassol tried to stop her. What? Stop it. Saria Estriel, I'll kill you. When I wake up, I definitely will. Now, he was truly asleep. So now, we face the catastrophe. Panic erupted at the border of Haley's territory. Everyone, move to the western encampment. Quickly. We can't let the fire spread any further. Adam thought the disaster has struck, just as the pharmacist predicted. He then barked orders to the cavalry commander. Deploy immediately. Except for the knights currently fighting the fire, prepare the forces for battle. The demons will attack soon. Saria was deep in thought. Just as I predicted, he's moved his forces to the western border. They've moved according to plan, but I feel a little guilty. It hasn't been long since I sent him the message, and disaster struck almost immediately. I don't have time to rest either. I have to hurry. Saria then used the S-rank mana strengthening potion. She was astonished. So this is an S-rank potion. The mana recovery rate is completely different. Good. Now, I can use it without worrying about any problems. If my calculations are correct, when using the S-rank mana strengthening potion and the S-rank defensive equipment simultaneously, as Adam requested for Cassol, Serena, and perhaps the shield, I can even defend the entire territory. S-rank defensive equipment, activate. Defensive effect duration, 1 hour. Designated area, all of Haley's territory. She let out a small, disbelieving laugh. Just as expected. With these two, I can protect the entire territory. Just then, monsters began to appear, one after another. People gasped. What's that? Is that a shield? Adam couldn't help but stare in astonishment. Then a grin spread across his face. All right then, he said. Except for the 2 knights on watch. Everyone else follow me. Let's put this fire out together. Saria glanced out the window. Just as Adam had predicted, Cassol was focused on extinguishing the flames. The barrier sheet erected had bought him some time. It seemed she wouldn't need to alert him after all. With this, we can hold out for an hour. Given my mana and the limited amount of potions, I really didn't intend to protect the entire territory. But Xenu gave me that S-rank mana strengthening potion at just the right moment. Without it, I wouldn't have dared to dream of protecting the whole territory with equipment. This is seriously too convenient, though. There's no way the game developers could have predicted my actions and set this up. Well, whatever. Time to get to work. Right now, Cassol is completely asleep. Even in his sleep, he looks exhausted. It's probably the first real rest he's had in a while. While some teetered on the brink of disaster, others were blissfully unaware, lost in slumber. Saria gazed at Cassol, then turned and hurried away. All right then, sleep well. It'll be fine. Okay, now things are really starting. Saria approached the massive, unfinished greatsword, shrouded in darkness. From now on, while everyone's distracted by the chaos, I'll destroy the sealed demon within an hour and escape before Cassol wakes up. Let's do this. With a grunt, she heaved at the sword, trying to draw it. Why want to budge? Why didn't anyone tell me this thing was stuck? After another mighty effort, the sword finally came free. So that's what the blade looks like. No wonder it was stuck. Now then, suddenly, something colossal appeared before her. Saria's eyes widened. Finally, the level 99 giant centipede. One hit blew away the tower. This won't be easy. The centipede lunged towards her. Holy crap, it's even more terrifying in person. So few players have reached this quest, there's nothing to look up. I've encountered it sooner than I thought. It's horrifying. What do? It's about to attack. In times like these, I need to get a cast soul first. This is my own fault. No matter what happens, I have to protect cast soul. Just a little further. Yes, I am alive. Thank goodness for the high base physical stats of NPCs. I never thought I'd be carrying a handsome man like this while running for my life. No time to relax, though. Saria leaped with all her might, shouting, "Go somewhere else." The centipede's attacks were getting closer. The giant centipede relentlessly pursued her. Saria smirked. If it's that, then all right. She unleashed a blinding flash of light, stunning the monstrous centipede, and then sprinted away. With the tower gone, Castle's restraints are also gone. Good thing my magic power has naturally recovered. Stun is a skill that temporarily incapacitates it. It'll be back soon. If I move, it'll chase me. Its target is me, and it'll head this way. I need to prepare for the next step before then. Only an S-rank endurance potion could boost stamina beyond the limit. The GM probably provided it to kill the giant centipede and replenish depleted stamina. The time limit is about 30 minutes, so I can't just keep fighting. There are still people inside the mansion, and the damage outside the tower must be kept to a minimum. Cast Soul won't be injured any further either. Now I have to finish this fight with the giant centipede while it's headed this way. The moment those words formed in her mind, the giant centipede arrived, making Saria cry out, "I didn't tell you to come this fast." But why attack now? We finally reached the third stage. The giant centipede has a total of 3 attack patterns. The first and second patterns, which appeared earlier, are reckless attack methods. As long as the body damage is 0, I can counterattack and make it lose health. However, the third and final attack, the poisonous chloride, is different. It's not just an ordinary flame. It's a poisonous flame that will continuously drain health upon contact. But this attack pattern is the one that completely strengthens an incomplete greatsword through toxic heat treatment at high temperatures. Even though I understood this theoretically, seeing the enormous flames I'm about to face, is this really happening? Am I really about to be hit by this? Before I get burned to a crisp, I should drink another stamina potion. Saria fumbled around for a moment, then panicked. I gave all the stamina potions to Cast Soul. Just as that realization hit her, the giant centipede's attack descended. Saria gritted her teeth and endured. Just hold on for 1 minute. Can I really control this pain? It's so hot. I'm going crazy. There was an easier option, stabbing the nightmare demon, but I chose to take down this giant centipede myself. Still, it's fortunate that I positioned Cast Soul behind me. I've become a shield, so the flames can't reach him. The centipede's poison gas was also blocked by the collapsed walls. Saria's remaining health continuously decreased. Saria persevered. Just 10 more seconds. As she counted down, her health continued to drain. She bit her lip. No, absolutely not below 100. Having come this far, I can't go back to Dover Village. A notification from the Greatsword appeared. The incomplete Greatsword, shrouded in darkness, will resonate with your courage and blind fighting spirit. Saria stared at the sword. Finally, light devours darkness. Darkness becomes the shadow of light. The warrior awakens the lonely night and brings forth the tranquil dawn. You are worthy of this sword. With a 1% probability, we have focused all our efforts on strengthening Lamika to SSS rank, the ancient sword that devours darkness and is reborn. Saria was utterly astonished. It wasn't an S-rank weapon, but it had been enhanced to SSS rank. The involved members worked together to defeat the giant centipede, and since Adam was the one who drew and used the sword, it naturally became his exclusive weapon. The Greatsword's rank was supposed to be S-rank at most after successful enhancement. SSS rank isn't just legendary, it's mythical. This weapon seems perfect for a weapons enthusiast. It's so beautiful. The giant centipede began to gather strength for its next attack. Saria snapped back to reality. She needed to be faster before it closed its jaws. That SSS rank weapon had been a distraction, and the burning from the fire attack was still lingering. The effect of her protective gear was about to wear off. I have to hurry, Saria muttered, launching herself towards the monstrous centipede. Landing a critical hit against its body was nearly impossible. Its shell was as tough as any crustacean's. However, the inside of its mouth, where the flames erupted, was relatively vulnerable. That was the giant centipede's greatest weakness. its core. She had to strike a powerful blow inside its mouth, right after it unleashed its fiery breath. This meant employing a strategy entirely different from the usual, a place where a variety of spells were repeatedly cast. This was her first and last chance. Saria rapidly closed the distance, unleashing her annihilation skill against the giant centipede. Immediately, a notification appeared. Annihilation skill level 999 unlocked. The giant centipede thrashed in agony after the attack. Saria grinned. I did it. Now that the core was destroyed, the giant centipede was effectively dead. But Saria stared in stunned silence as she literally cleaved the monstrous creature in two. A notification flashed. You have defeated the level 99 giant centipede using the SSS rank Lamika. Saria was bewildered. Even with an S-rank weapon, breaking through the centipede's scales wouldn't have been easy. Yet she'd sliced through it like an apple. Was this the power of an SSS rank weapon? The disaster in the Haley territory should be over now. Adam and the others will be back soon, so she needed to hurry. Suddenly, Saria realized something. Wait, have I been like this whole time? The thick, exclusive NPC cloak was surprisingly durable, saving her life. But the pain in the areas not covered by the cloak was unavoidable. At least no one had seen her in this state. Then she remembered Castle's words before he fell asleep. When I wake up, I'll definitely kill you. Wasn't he trying to wake up right now? She had to be quick. With this, he'd be discovered as soon as everyone arrived. A neutralizing agent was the best option for an overdose, but this concoction wasn't bad in an emergency. Saria retrieved the sword and opened the status window again, erasing something. She placed the sword near Cass' soul and spoke. All right, from now on, your master is the one who enhanced the great sword and defeated the giant centipede. Remember that, and tell them the apothecary who was with you ran away as soon as the giant centipede appeared. It would be even better if you didn't remember anything that happened before the disaster. And as for this sword, give it to Adam if you can. Otherwise, ask him to pledge his loyalty to you. He's a talented man. He'll be a great help to His Majesty when we return to the capital. It's a shame to give this rare SSS rank weapon to Adam, but there's a more important objective. My goal is simply to cooperate with the main characters and quickly finish this game. Notification appears. Complete. Congratulations. You have completed all scenarios. After viewing the ending, you will be automatically logged out of the game. Wealth and fame here don't matter to me. Anyway, with this, I've paid my dues, Your Highness. Honestly, why am I saying these things to someone who's sound asleep? Saria walked away, but glanced back. Oh, everyone will think this is the look of a commander who just defeated a monster and collapsed from exhaustion. Even though I said my only goal was to finish, it's a little bitter to leave all the glory to someone else and walk away. Notification appears. The NPC's health has dropped below 10%. You will be transported back to the starting point, Dover Village. Saria smiled. Well then, until we meet again, please don't hate me too much. Her body began to fade, although there won't be any situation where I'll reveal myself. Cass' soul slowly stirred, murmuring, Saria Estriel. After all that, a game just ends, but you tried your best. No, I can't fall asleep like this. The ending. I returned to this nightmare, didn't I? In this recurring nightmare, that horrific disaster, wiping out everything that ever existed, burning everything to ashes. That disaster won't stop until everything disappears. As long as the disaster continues, I can't do anything. I can't even blink. I can only stand there and watch. Among the countless fallen, I can do nothing. All I can do is confront the sins and karma I've caused, along with the frustration of this damned curse, my own uselessness and rage, the injustice and the vile acts. As they were about to consume me, I finally realized the thing called a disaster isn't this wretched monster. It's me, the one who is cursed. What? What is this? It feels like I just escaped from that dream. But who is this? There's no way they could have blocked the giant centipede's attack like that. It seems I'm wandering in that dream again. If I continue like this, I'll be trapped in that nightmare again. I have to wake up quickly. Even if I do wake up, Haley's territory will probably be in ruins after that disaster. And above all, will Haley be alright, just like in my last memory? What? This time I feel something. So I must have really woken up. But it seems like someone is blaming me for something again. These events are becoming so boring and predictable. It's not enough that they make me feel uneasy like a wretched sinner. To make matters worse, these self-proclaimed political enemies appear out of nowhere, imitating and trying to eliminate me. Who is it this time? A timid rat from the temple? Or Adam Haley? Whoever it is, I'm sick of it. Even though I've been through this countless times, looking at this peaceful world as if nothing happened is pathetic, and running away when someone sees me. This sword pledges his loyalty. This voice, it's definitely him. That damned apothecary who dared to drug me and blindfold me. If he were in his right mind, he would have run away by now. So why? Sarius said back then, he's a talented man who will be of great help to your majesty if he's reinstated and returns to the capital. What was he talking about? What does she know? What the hell is going on? Sarius said, anyway, with this, I've paid off all my debts, your majesty. No, I still have much to ask you. Stop right there. Next time, please don't hate me so much. What do you mean? We made a deal back in prison, so you can't just leave like this. Not yet, Sarius Striel. Then, Sarius' figure gradually disappeared before Castle's eyes. I thought I was still wandering in a dream, but perhaps. Not long after, Adam arrived and said, Your Majesty, this situation. Those who saw Castle murmured, Isn't that the criminal? Wasn't the criminal killed? Adam dismounted his horse and said, I heard there was chaos here, so I rushed over. Your Majesty, did you defeat the monster that escaped its seal yourself? Castle spoke, Adam Haley. Adam knelt, I am here, your Majesty. Castle then planted the sword in front of Adam. Adam, perplexed, said, This must be Haley's ancient sword, the one that was sealed in the tower. Castle extended his hand and said, I will entrust this sword to you. Adam was astonished by these words. If I may be so bold, may I ask why? Castle replied, Find someone. The apothecary you hired to awaken me. Find that person and bring them before me. The one with pink hair. I won't let them slip away again. Castle had now taken a keen interest in Saria. The deposed prince, who had been brought back in a pathetic state and imprisoned, was now treated lavishly and moved to the main residence of the Earl's territory. Castle resided there, laying the groundwork for his restoration to power in the royal palace. No one opposed the prince and the Earl's intentions, for since he had defeated the sealed demon and saved the Haley clan, he had become their lord. Since I wasn't interested, that's all I knew about the prince. He was commonly known as the Lord of Nightmares due to his ruthless nature. But for him to defeat the giant centipede, the demon that the former clan head could only seal after a 3-day battle, within an hour of its revival. Moreover, why did he entrust this sword to me? I pledged my loyalty before His Majesty returned the sword to me. Even if it was a Haley family heirloom, he didn't seem like the type to easily hand over a weapon he had painstakingly revived. A voice called from outside. The knights investigating the tower have found this. What is it? Bring it to me. It appears to be some kind of artifact, sir. Adam took it and exclaimed in surprise, This is overload phenomenon. Overload phenomenon is a phenomenon where a magic item is forced to use more magical power than it can withstand, causing it to corrode and be destroyed. Could it be the source of that unidentified barrier that suddenly appeared right before the horde of monsters swept through Haley's territory? It's the very item I entrusted to the apothecary. Thanks to that barrier, we were able to focus on extinguishing the spreading flames. But why is His Majesty searching for that apothecary anyway? Born and raised in the royal palace, he should be well versed in all sorts of deceitful schemes. And yet, the reward, the sword His Majesty wants to bestow upon the apothecary. Saria Striel. That girl carries a lot of significance. I had a feeling she'd cause trouble one day, claiming her mind was facing death, even. Just what ludicrous remark did she make to His Majesty? Still, since that apothecary saved Serena's life, I can't let her die at the hands of a deposed prince like that. I've dispatched knights to search for her, so all I can do now is wait. Just then, a knight burst through the door. We're in serious trouble. Adam stood up and asked, Aren't you the scholar in charge of examining the demon's remains? Why are you here? The girl stammered, I had to come immediately. It's an urgent matter, sir. The demon's remains. The sturdiest parts of the centipede demon, its mandibles, a pair of its forelegs, and the carapace protecting its head, they're all gone, sir. It's a theft. Adam said, in other words, they stole everything of value. How dare they steal parts of a demon belonging to the Haley family? We must find them and punish them. Adam chakit softly. Forget it. It must be that apothecary. I have a good guess who the culprit is. Leave it to me. She's cunning and troublesome. Not only did she infuriate the deposed prince, but she also disobeyed my orders. On top of that, she dares to steal parts of the demon. Even capturing and executing her on the spot wouldn't be enough. Not that I particularly enjoy that. Saria Striel, just who are you exactly? Meanwhile, in Dover Village. What was that? I suddenly got chills. Must be my imagination. Anyway, I have to keep moving, because my next destination is the capital. I'm currently preparing for the capital arc. I've been spending time on odd jobs to gain access to it, and restocking the potions I used in Haley's territory. A few mishaps set my garden back to square one. All the herbs withered because I was away, but it's alright. I can hire someone to tend the garden with the reward money I earned. They're not exactly professionals, since they've never done it before, but it should be fine. I've separated the more demanding herbs. Alright, with this, everyone will have their fill. Saria then turned to the others. I'll be away for a while. In the meantime, take care of the herbs. And if any knights come, tell them you don't know where I am, just like we discussed. They laughed and replied, understood. You can count on us. We'll do exactly as you say. After finishing my business in Haley's territory, I spent about a week being pursued by knights. There are a myriad of reasons why they're after me. The giant centipede incident, a monster of Haley's territory defeated, and my sudden disappearance immediately afterward. It's bound to raise suspicion. Besides, Cassol has become the hero of Haley's territory and has moved into Adam's residence. If I'm caught and brought back there, it'll be like, chain this one up and throw them in the deepest dungeon. How dare you mock me and put me to sleep? I will personally torture you for the rest of your life. Cassol definitely won't let me go that easily. Never. I can't be caught. Just then, a farmer called out, Hey, Saria, didn't you say you were leaving? Saria, you said you were about to leave just now. The knights, overhearing this, realized something. Saria, I think I just heard the apothecary's name mentioned from a shop. Me too. Hurry up. Saria panicked. I'm dead meat. Immediately, she tore the instantaneous travel scroll. It was a high-level item that allowed the user to teleport to a desired location instantly. Because it was expensive and activated by tearing, it was typically only used by nobles and royalty. Then, she gradually vanished, leaving the angry knights behind. Damn it, we lost her. Meanwhile, in a dark alley in the capital. Hey, you petty thief. Green mask. A notification appeared. Quest. Chapter 2. Capital. Location. Capital of the Empire. Black Market. Objective. Thwart the dark plot unfolding in the Black Market, the hidden corner of the Imperial capital, and make Green Mask your ally. In a dark alley within the capital, a cloaked figure took out a tranquilizer dart and muttered, useless. Then, they aimed a blowgun at Green Mask and fired. Green Mask couldn't dodge in time and was hit by the dart. Got you. If they escape again, it'll be troublesome. Excellent. The boss will definitely be pleased. Even an elephant would collapse from this potent tranquilizer, yet he's still conscious. Pretty tough, huh? Well, he is the notorious thief who messed up our plans. This much should. Whoa, time for disguise, huh? Selling a blessed one. Are we? This is getting interesting. Selling a blessed one like this at the slave market will fetch a hefty sum. The blue-haired blessed one bit their lip. Let me go. A hooded figure spoke. I even brought a control collar, just in case. This is a control collar, a magical tool used for training slaves. Once worn, it cannot be removed. The collar has a function to electrically shock the wearer's brain upon a vocal command. The blue-haired individual's consciousness began to fade. No way. I can't be captured. I still have to protect them. Suddenly, Saria appeared. Paralyze. The group immediately erupted in shouts. The blue-haired person said in surprise, I'm not paralyzed. But who cast that spell? Saria approached slowly. What's this? Still awake. The blue-haired individual asked suspiciously, Who are you? Saria placed a hand on their face. I am sorry. Could. The blue-haired person thought, Why is this person saving me? Could this person be an angel? Saria pointed a finger. I wasn't planning on taking you while you were still conscious. With that, she used the paralyzed skill on the blue-haired individual. Not long after, Saria had brought the blue-haired person back. A bath is a must after all that. All that fatigue, washed away. Now then, how do I make this kid my ally? The Green Mask, Island Grajada, is the key figure in the first mission in the capital's black market, freeing the slaves. He was a half-elf, born and raised in the black market, witnessing other half-elves sold into slavery. He grew up surrounded by their misery. As time went on, knowing his own turn to be auctioned off was approaching, he killed those who belonged to the organization and escaped the black market. He survived on the treasures he stole from underground societies. Island had only one goal, to earn a fortune from the stolen goods and rescue his family and the other half-elves in the black market. If I were to follow the main game storyline, Island would be captured and imprisoned by the underground merchant guild before he could rescue anyone. Then I would have to rescue him from the black market and carry out the slave liberation quest. But I can't wait until the black market opens, so I have to save him now. Saria asked, arms crossed. When does the black market open? Nu replied, 3 days. What about Cass, Soul, and Adam? 7 days. At least there's some time. To be honest, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have a moment's peace. This kid looks much younger than I thought. Island suddenly woke up. Where is it? Where is it? Saria asked, looking for your necklace. Forget about it. Let's talk. Island pressed his lips together. So that's it. You approached me just for the necklace, didn't you? A status notification of Island's emotions appeared. Green Mask is extremely suspicious of you and displays strong animosity. Island grabbed Saria's clothes. Where is it? Tell me. Where did you hide my necklace? Saria thought, I didn't want this kind of reaction. Island shook Saria. Give it back. Saria said, wait, let me explain. Island yelled, thief. Saria thought, I'm starting to get annoyed. How dare you call someone a thief? Island began to flinch. What kind of power is that? Saria pointed at him. Listen up, kid. The Eye of Belisar you try to steal is a fake. Even if you sell it, you won't get anything, and you won't be able to save your family with it. And I'm not a thief of fake jewelry, but your savior. I'm here to help you, understand? Island scowled. How are you going to help my family? Wait, why did you decide to help me in the first place? Saria asked, curious. Then let's make a deal. Island looked dubious. A deal. Saria smiled. That's right. I'll help you save your family. So cooperate with me. What do you say? Master Thief Island Grajada. The Eye of Belisar. It's a relic created by a legendary elf king who gouged out his own eyes to protect his daughter from humans. Only those with elf blood can use this necklace to conceal their existence. With this, I can save my family and my people imprisoned in the black market without resorting to theft. So I had no choice but to steal it. That way, I could live a real life, not as a slave or a thief. But the Eye of Belisar was a fake. It was all a trap set by the Black Market Guild. Those despicable humans who abused us and treated us like toys just because our race and appearance are different from theirs. Yes, that's their true nature. I despise such people. Don't take anything else from us. My precious family, our friends, our lives, and our freedom, Saria declared. So, here's the deal. I'll help you rescue your family, and in return, you cooperate with me. Island stared at her, thinking, why doesn't this person show any disdain, mockery, or pity? She looks at me with such sincere and harmless eyes. Saria continued, well, what do you say, Master Thief Island Grajada? Island froze. It was the first time he'd heard those words from the person he'd robbed, and who, in turn, had stolen from him. And now, she wanted to work together to help him. Could this person possibly be trustworthy? Well, it's worth a shot. A notification of Island's feelings appeared. Island Grajada has temporarily dismissed his suspicion of you, and his Olgandu, likability, towards you has increased slightly. Saria produced a piece of paper. Here, she said, sign this. Island took the paper, puzzled. What is this? Saria crossed her arms. Just a standard employment contract. Even if it's a temporary alliance, it's better to have things clearly defined, don't you think? After all, she thought, Island is still suspicious and won't trust people easily. I came prepared. Look it over, Saria continued. You'll see the terms aren't bad at all. She watched in horror as he tore the contract to pieces. What are you doing? I don't want to sign things like this, Island replied. What? Why? Saria asked, bewildered. When I was young, Island explained, I was forced to sign papers at the black market. Then they took my family and me to a strange place. Saria was taken aback. I didn't consider that. Even if he acts tough, he's still just a kid. Don't cry, Island, she said softly. I'm not crying. Island retorted brightly. I was just thinking about something else. Saria thought, why are all the game characters like this? Hesitantly, she said, anyway, this is completely different from a black market slavery contract, so you can sign it without worry. Good thing I have a few spares, she added mentally. Island asked, how are you going to save my family? The necklace turned out to be a fake. I have a plan, Saria replied. We have invisibility potion, S-rank invisibility potion, a rare potion that can make you invisible for a certain amount of time. The effect lasts for 2 hours. Island took it, skeptical. I don't believe such a potion exists. Saria grinned. Of course you haven't heard of it. I made it myself. It's a rare potion containing the shell of the Zegas centipede. Island was astonished. You made this? You're an alchemist. I thought you were a sorceress. W, what are you talking about? Sorceress. I'm just a normal, kind-hearted alchemist, Saria stammered. Anyway, what do you think? It can't hide our sounds or scents like the Eye of Belisar, but it's still worth a try, right? Saria opened her chat window and typed quickly any other information that could persuade Island. The location of the Eye of Belisar has been identified. It's near the black market, Nu replied. Armed with this new information, Saria addressed Island again. So, do you really want to find the Eye of Belisar? Because you never know when your family will be in danger again. I'll help you with that too, of course, after this agreement is in place. Island picked up the pen. Fine, he said. I'll sign it. Saria asked, don't you need to read the rest of the contract? Island grinned. Nah, it's not like I have a choice. Besides, I can't even read. He'd been suspicious earlier, but what was with this sudden change of heart? Is that so? She said. Oh, but I do know that, Island replied. That name written above mine, that's yours, right? Saria asked, how can you read that? Thankfully, that's not my name. Your owner is someone else. Who is it then? Island asked curiously. Saria thought to herself, he's the male lead you have to protect until the game ends. The crown prince of this empire, she finally said. The crown prince. Island responded. Wow, you know me so well. A status message appeared, indicating Island Grajada's slight disappointment with her words. This is a bit troublesome. Huh, why? This contract. If I'm not satisfied with it, I'll kill everyone. But it'll be hard to kill my owner if it's the crown prince. Anyway, take good care of me for the next 2 months, dear. Saria thought, can I really complete this mission with him? Time flew by, and 3 days later, hey, are you ready yet? Don't rush me, Saria replied. She emerged, looking stunningly beautiful. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to wear a dress? Island gaped at her appearance. Saria chuckled. Now, let's go to the black market. Soon after, Saria arrived at the black market. It was much more bustling and luxurious than she had imagined, but that was just a facade. Should I really go through with this plan? Excuse me, she called out. A figure hurried over. Is something the matter, customer 38? I want to return this slave and buy a new one, Saria stated. The ball man asked, oh, did you purchase the slave here? Of course, Saria replied. I simply can't stand his impudent attitude, and his stench is unbearable. The bald man bowed his head. We sincerely apologize if our merchandise has not met your expectations. We will address this immediately. Please follow me. Saria thought, good, everything's going according to plan. Tugging Island behind her, she said, follow me. After pulling him along, she silently apologized to Island. Wait, the bald man exclaimed, what is this? A raccoon. Just bear with it for a bit for the mission's sake. Earlier, I don't want to. Why do I have to be a slave being sold off? Get off. Don't touch me. Hey, Saria said, it's just a disguise to get in. Someone might overhear you. I didn't tell you to become a slave. Island hesitated, but I don't like raccoons. They're ugly. Is that a problem? A status message appeared. Island Grajada is extremely displeased with your sudden action and has a slight fondness for your sudden action. I can understand why he's upset, but what's with the slight fondness? No, listen, there's a reason for all this. The invisibility potion I made lasts exactly 2 hours. Even if you successfully infiltrate the slave market, we don't have much time. Island pouted. But why a raccoon? Saria replied. Raccoons have a very strong scent, so they're kept in separate cells. Because they're less common than other races, the security is lax, making it easier to get in and out. You said you wanted to rescue your family from the slave pens. So, you'll become a raccoon slave and infiltrate the place. Once you're inside a cell, drink the potion and escape. Before the black market opens, take down the guards and unlock all the doors so your family and friends of other races can escape at any time. Island worried. Escaping and unlocking the doors is a piece of cake, but what about the enslaved people? I can't do anything about them. Only the head honcho, Valak, has the authority to release the captives. Saria said with a smile, did you think I hadn't considered that? I told you I planned everything. I know the only way to unlock the captives. And for that plan to work, your master thief, 6 translator powers are essential. You need to earn the potion I've given you. Upon hearing this, Island rushed towards her. Boss, you're amazing. Saria dodged him. From now on, call me master. Island beamed, overflowing with happiness. Back in the present. Inventory ability is really useful when I'm not wearing my cloak. At times like these, Island needs to put on a flawless performance without revealing any cracks. Just then, Saria received a message from Sarah. Seeing you dressed like this, you look quite like a cute and alluring young lady. Why don't you ditch that other frumpy outfit? Ari chimed in. Saria, what exciting adventure are you planning now? New added, what are you planning to buy at the auction? Give us a hint. Saria sighed. These people, that even though someone's charging into enemy lines and could be eliminated at any moment. Ari spoke up, by the way. Saria, we forgot to mention a few things. Saria replied, forget it. What nonsense is she going to spout now? Anyway, we have to finish this quickly and cleanly. The mission is important, but I don't want Island to end up like he did in the game. He's still young. It would be such a pity. The ball man stopped and said, here we are. This is the slave holding area. It's creepier than I thought. A mustache man approached and asked, yes, what brings you here? The bald man replied, she's here to sell a slave. Mustache said, I see. Please come in. Let me check what kind it is. Seeing Island's appearance, Mustache was startled. A raccoon. Saria thought to herself, even though there's no sense since it's just a disguise, they're making a big fuss. Mustache asked, Madam, how much do you want for this one? Saria replied, I'd like to increase the price, but Mustache interrupted, ah, you mean an auction? Unfortunately, raccoons aren't very popular, so it's hard to get high price. Saria tilted her head. How dare you? Are you lecturing me? This one is completely different from a normal raccoon. Mustache inquired. So, how exactly is it different? Saria declared boldly, well, I brought it myself. Mustache was dumbfounded. Excuse me, Saria exclaimed. Oh my God, you don't know me. Are you new here? What's been going on around here lately? Never mind, never mind. I'll go up to the 4th floor and talk to the boss myself. Mustache quickly called her back. Oh dear, madam, I understand. I'll put it up for auction immediately. Saria paused and said, you should have done that from the start. Honestly, these ignorant lowlifes. Mustache bowed slightly. So, how should we introduce this slave? A slave once used by the Nightmare Lord's lover, Saria replied. Both men gaped. The Nightmare Lord. Unbeknownst to Saria, someone nearby overheard everything. None other than the Nightmare Lord, Gio himself. The two men bowed low. Oh heavens, the Lord of Nightmares. We understand. We'll do it without further demands. You needn't say another word. Saria sighed inwardly. I can't pull this stunt twice, even if it was my own plan. I hope I don't get caught and killed. But since they said Castle and Adam won't be arriving in the capital for another 4 days, I can relax for now. Saria suddenly felt a prickling sensation, as if someone were watching her, but when she glanced around, she saw no one. What was that? I just felt a very familiar gaze. Was it just my imagination? Customer number 38, MEP hissed. Do you have any complaints about the service? No. Sariari played smoothly. The service is excellent. Don't you have something for me? MEP asked, perplexed. Excuse me. Something. Saria continued. Since I've handed over the goods, you should give me the deposit. If you're putting them up for auction, you should at least give me 10 million. Are you going to refuse again? Should I mention this to my boss? Or perhaps my darling? MEP paled. 5 million. I can't give you any more. Saria crossed her arms. Fine, she said. I'll be generous and accept that for now. Inwardly, she thought, oh yeah, I'll take good care of this free money. Island, tears welling in his eyes, whimpered, Master, don't abandon me. Saria smirked. That lunatic should be an actor, not a thief. A moment later, ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely welcome you to today's auction. A notification window appeared before Saria. Liberate the slaves in the black market. Objective. Numerous slaves of various species are imprisoned beneath the auction house of the Black Guild. Liberate these slaves while avoiding black guild members and ferocious monsters. Success condition. Liberate more than 100 slaves of various species. S-rank invisibility potion. Time remaining. 1 hour, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Commencing countdown. The auction was lively. 200 gold. Are there no other bids higher than 200 gold? Over there, 300 gold. 300 gold. Any higher bids? The orc slave has been sold for 300 gold to customer number 9. Saria thought, various slaves and all sorts of tools are gradually appearing. Why is the seat next to me still empty? Next up, what will catch the eye of those who wield swords? An S-rank armor, crafted from the shell of a long-lived sea turtle. Saria's eyes widened. That's a rare item. If the bidding starts around 1 million, I might try my luck. Just then, the auctioneer announced, starting bid, 5 million. 5 million. A voice called out immediately, 5.5 million. 6 million. 6.5 million. Saria scowled. Hey, you arrogant nobles. With the 5 million I got for free, I can't even participate. Sure, I have over 18 million, but it's not worth spending it on scrutinizing the Black Guild's methods. The Black Guild is considered dangerous for another reason. They always assassinate the buyers and reclaim the items when nobles of unclear rank or power purchase rare artifacts at the auction. Ordinary players unaware of this practice risk losing both their money and their lives if they buy the wrong item. There's no need to create unnecessary trouble before everything is settled. Besides, I have something else I want to buy. The current bid is up to 8 million. The current price is 8 million. Does anyone want to bid higher? Just as the words left her mouth, guest number 144 bid 10 million. Guest number 144, the aged S-rank sea turtle shell armor, is sold. This guest was none other than Cass Soul. Saria panicked. Preposterous. Chatbox. Chatbox. What's going on? Didn't you say they wouldn't arrive for another 4 days? Ari replied, Miss Saria, I did mention it to you before, but it seems you overlooked it. Saria felt a pang of regret. I should have listened to the end. If I had known this would happen, I would have switched roles with Island, though it would have been too late by then. Saria crossed her arms. Don't worry, subordinate. Today's theme is beautiful, cute, and alluring warrior, isn't it? That's right. I'm not wearing a cloak today. At times like these, I should appear more confident. This is crazy, just crazy. Did he recognize me? Has he noticed? Maybe he came here because he already knows everything. Thank goodness. It seems he doesn't recognize me. By the way, is it possible that Cass Soul was originally part of the black market storyline? I've never heard of that before. Wait a minute, now that I think about it. Unlike other main characters who build rapport with players by completing quests and receiving weapons, Cass Soul is fully equipped with rare items like weapons, armor, and accessories right from the start. At first, I thought it was just because he's the crown prince. If he acquired these items this way, it would explain that mystery. But why did he happen to choose to sit here instead of his designated seat? The auctioneer announced, the next item is a hunting tool favored by the ancients, a devil snare. For an antique, it still looks pretty good, right? The starting bid is 500,000. Let the bidding begin. Saria gritted her teeth. That's swindler. That thing doesn't even look worth 100,000. 500,000. A proud hunter has emerged immediately. 500,000. Does anyone want to take it? She sighed inwardly. Now's not the time to argue about the price. That snare is essential for the mission to succeed. 500,000. Is there anyone bidding higher? Saria smiled, thinking, keep shouting. Who would want to buy something like that? If there are no other bids, then guest number 38, the devil snare is yours. Suddenly, Cass Soul bid 1 million. Saria was utterly shocked. What? That damn crown prince. He bid 1 million for that piece of junk. Doesn't he only collect and purchase S-rank rare items? Saria then bid 1.1 million. Cass Soul bid 1.5 million. Saria countered with 1.55 million. Cass Soul then bid 2 million. It had reached 2 million in an instant. Saria gritted her teeth. Stop it. Do you think you're the only one who knows how to raise the bid? Without further hesitation, Saria bid 3 million. Guest number 38, your thirst for this hunting tool is intense, as if you were the embodiment of Nizrip, peace, and protection itself. Saria smiled, a touch of challenge in her eyes. Now, what will you do? Cass Soul tapped his foot, a measured beat against the floor, before announcing 3.2 million. The auctioneer's voice echoed, 3.2 million has been bid. Guest number 38, what will your response be? 3.7 million, Saria countered, her voice unwavering. 3.8 million, Cass Soul shot back, the tension in the room crackling. The auctioneer's voice, smooth as silk, cut through the charged atmosphere. A fierce and merciless battle is unfolding before us. This is the beauty of the auction. Saria's internal monologue raced. S-rank invisibility potion. Time remaining, 59 minutes. Damn it, we're running out of time. I have to get to Island. This has to end now. 5 million, Saria declared, her voice ringing with finality. A collective gasp rippled through the auction house. 5 million. Yes, truly astounding. Guest number 144, will you offer a higher bid? The auctioneer prompted. If you bid again, I'll kill you, Saria thought, her grip tightening on her concealed weapon. Cass Soul leaned back, a smirk playing on his lips. No, I'll pass. I'll leave this old, broken devil snare to our enthusiastic friend. Saria gritted her teeth. No way. He's doing this on purpose. What a magnificent contest. The devil snare is sold to guest number 38. The auctioneer announced. How will you be paying? Saria's voice was flat. Cash. No, my money. Sob. Cass Soul, You are the useless male lead in my life's gaming playthrough. The auction continued, but the timer on Saria's S-rank invisibility potion ticked relentlessly downward. 48 minutes. Time's almost up. I have to move. By now, Island should have freed the slaves and infiltrated Valak's chambers, the Black Guild's leader. As Saria rose to leave, Castle's hand shot out, grasping her arm. "Where are you going?" he asked, his voice laced with curiosity. Saria feignait surprise. "What?" "The auction isn't over yet," Castle pointed out. Saria, try to pull away. "I've already bought what I wanted." "Oh, not this again. Please, just let go." "You came all this way for a single antique?" Castle questioned, a hint of disbelief in his tone. Saria scowled. "Who was the one driving up the price for an antique, huh?" She sighed, tried to regain her composure. "Why are you speaking so informally when we barely know each other? If you find my lack of formality offensive, you can drop the honorifics as well," Castle replied smoothly. Saria yanked her arm free. "No, thank you. I don't drop honorifics unless we're friends." Castle stepped closer, his gaze intense. "That's rather hurtful. I thought we were getting along quite well." Saria felt a jolt of panic. "What is going on? What are you talking about?" Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the hall. "What was that?" "That's him. He's the leader of the Black Guild in the black market, Valak." Valak strode into the room, tossing a blue-haired slave at his feet. "Bring the holy water," he commanded. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. "Oh my God, what is that creature?" "Holy water. That's something only the Pope and the Saints possess." "Shit," Saria thought, her heart pounding. "If they use that, the invisibility potion will be neutralized. That means Island's plan has failed." A notification flashed before her eyes. Invisibility potion purged by holy water. The invisibility is gone. A strange thought flickered through her mind. That sent that it's not raccoon. They're using disguises. Doesn't matter. You're all going to die anyway. Saria bit her lip. Damn it, things are going south. 3 days ago, before the black market mission began, listen, once you open all the cell doors in the basement, there's only one thing left to do. Steal the Loreen wreath from the Black Guild's leader, Valak. The Loreen wreath is the only thing that can get the captives out. Island interrupted. "Wait, the Valak. The one I know." Saria replied. "Yeah, the leader of the Black Guild. What about it?" Island stammered. "And nothing. Just..." "Okay then." Saria continued. "Valak sleeps on the top floor of the black market, so you just go up there and quietly steal it. So, unless something goes wrong, Valak won't even be a factor in this mission. And even if he does wake up, you have my invisibility potion, right? Hey, Mr. Top-Tier Green Mask, don't be scared. You said stealing was the easiest thing for you. Don't do anything outside the plan, and it'll be over quickly." Island clenched his fists. "Really?" Saria responded, "Yes. So don't wander around and just steal the Loreen. Even if there are some precious treasures in that room, don't be tempted, you know? Back to the present." Even though I told him that. What the hell is going on, Island? 1 hour earlier. Good grief. Why do nobles waste their money on things like this? He's gone. She told me to drink the potion as soon as I was locked up. The invisibility potion wasn't a lie, was it? All right, final preparations. From now on, I'll free all the demi-human slaves within an hour. What a simple lock. I can break this in 3 seconds. Unfortunately, a guard noticed something was amiss. Island stepped forward, utilizing his S-rank secret technique, checkmate, taking him down effortlessly. More guards followed. Just like the alchemist said, if I do well, it might not even take an hour. These are the skills of the Empire's greatest thief, Green Mask. And so, Island proceeded to unlock the doors and shackles of the others. They were understandably apprehensive. What the hell is going on? Why are the shackles? Who's there? Island stepped forward. "It's me, sister." The girl gasped that voice. Island, is that you?" Others chimed in. "Island's here." "Where is he?" "But there's no one here." Island's sister asked. "You really do have Belisar's eyes." Island replied. "I'll explain later, but escaping is still tricky with the guards. I have backup though, so we'll be out of here soon. Just wait a little longer, brother, sister." Island's sister said. "We're okay, so don't push yourself too hard, Island." "Don't worry, Island. Take care of yourself first. Valak is looking for you now." Island smiled. "Yes, I will. But sister, where's Lucy?" His sister's voice was laced with worry. "I don't know. The Black Guild took her yesterday, and she hasn't come back. They've been taking children lately." She sobbed. "Other half-breeds too. That damn Valak." Island seethed with rage. "I'll find her. Stay hidden until I come back for everyone. I'm counting on you." Meanwhile, in the holding cell, where Island was supposed to be, "Damn it, where'd that little raccoon go?" Another voice shrieked, "The slaves. The slaves have escaped." Before she could finish, a hand clamped over her mouth, silencing her. Since Island's giving it his all, we can't just stand around either. Humans won't underestimate us again. Nearby, a figure observed the scene. Basement, Section A. Slaves escape. I repeat, the slaves have broken free and are scattering. Proceed with caution and neutralize the situation swiftly. Avoid any disruption to the guests at the auction. The perpetrator is an enemy of the Black Guild, Island Griselda. Island, meanwhile, slipped into Valak's chambers. The apothecary was right. He's out cold. He hesitated, a flicker of doubt in his eyes. Should I just end it now? This is the perfect chance. Killing him would avenge my family. Saria's warning echoed in his mind. Don't you dare go off script. No, I agreed to the apothecary's plan. Just get it done and get out. Suddenly, a whimper reached his ears. Please spare me. Mom, Aunt, Uncle. Island recognized the voice instantly. It was Lucy. I definitely heard a voice from here. He pushed open a door, revealing a necklace emitting a soft blue glow. What was that? There's a passage behind here. From within the passage, the whimpering continued. Help me. I'm coming, Lucy. He thought there's still time. I'll get you out soon. Island rushed into the passage and found Lucy huddled on the floor, surrounded by strange, circular markings. What are these? Lucy whispered, fear etched on her face. Who's there? Please help me. Don't kill me. I'm sorry, she sobbed. Shoo, Island soothed. It's me, Lucy. Lucy's tear-filled eyes widened. Uncle, is that really you? Why can't I see you? It's all right, Island replied. I'm using a bit of magic to rescue you. I'll get you out of here, don't worry. As he unlocked her shackles, a figure emerged from the shadows. Valak, one little half-breed isn't enough. A bit older for a change of pace. Though I do prefer the younger ones. Island's mind raced. Valak, but he was asleep just now. Then he noticed something. No, he's taller than me. The Valak who was sleeping was bigger. Valak, noticing the unlocked shackles, approached them. Strange. How did you manage to undo my magic? Judging by the scent, there's someone else with you. Let's see if I can confirm that. Yes, this will do. He inhaled deeply. I smell a rat, a raccoon. You think you can hide your scent from me, you fool. Island, seeing no other option, launched himself at Valak. I need to escape before the others arrive and regroup with the apothecary. As he turned to flee, another figure blocked his path. The one sleeping in the room woke up. As I suspected, there's more than one of them. Where did the plan go wrong? Valak roared, you dare attack me. Seize him, my copy. Island thought frantically, I knew it. The real one was the smaller one all along. The Valak we know is merely a puppet. Apothecary, I apologize. I couldn't keep my promise. Back in the present, Valak raised his voice. Everyone, listen up. From now on, whoever bids on this slave and can make them completely obedient will receive a free goblin. The starting price is 10 coins. Let the auction begin. The crowd erupted in a cacophony of excited chatter. It's been a while since I've shown off my skills. Now's the time. I'll go first. No, I'll go first. I bid 50 coins. Island struggled against his bonds. You disgusting people. No, let me go. Valak approached him, sneering. Such an unruly slave. You need to be punished. With a snap of Valak's fingers, a searing pain shot through Island's body. Saria watched in horror. Damn it, no. The crowd gasped, witnessing the sudden display of power. Wait, that's an elf. Valak barked out an order. Bring out the torture instruments. Today, I'll let everyone enjoy this elf in a special way. Saria fidgeted anxiously. No, if this keeps up, it'll follow the original storyline. She thought frantically. According to the game's plot, today Island will experience a horrific event, being auctioned off to a deranged noble, then falling into darkness and losing himself. That's why I told him to only steal the Loreen wreath. The plan was perfect. What did it all go wrong? Whether it's a trap set by Valak or a bizarre coincidence, I have to save Island quickly. Those bastards. Cassol, noticing her distress, inquired, are you planning to participate in the bidding as well? Realization dawned on Saria. Right, Cassol is here. He's asking me if I'm going to bid. Look at this idiot staring at me. Saria sighed, then declared, don't misunderstand. That brat belongs to me. With that, she strode confidently down, leaving the crowd bewildered. What is that woman doing? Hey, get in line. A notification of Castle's emotional state appeared. The Lord of Nightmares is slightly intrigued by your actions. Put that away. I don't care. The auctioneer stammered, Madam, If you would please go back up, Saria cut him off. I'll borrow this for a moment. She grabbed the voice amplifier. Voice amplifier, auction house version, a specially crafted tool to amplify voices, making auctions flow as smoothly as pushing a cart. Valak watched her, utterly confused by her intentions. Saria raised her voice, amplified by the device. Silence. The amplified sound pierced the air, making the crowd wince, while Cass Soul chuckled. Saria cleared her throat. Ahem. Well then, you there, the leader guy, I have an objection. That slave is mine. I brought him here to sell him. But why are you deciding how the auction is run? What's wrong with you? Valak retorted, impossible. Madam, this individual broke into the Black Guild. Saria challenged him. When did you buy that slave? Do you have any proof? I have a slave trader as my witness. He gave me a sum of money and a promissory note from your guild. Saria thought to herself, is he stalling for time now? Valak, enraged, yelled, gather all the slave traders here. The auctioneer quickly responded, yes, understood. Valak demanded, who put down the deposit for guest number 38? Remep raised a hand. I apologize. Valak's voice dripped with menace. How dare you break the rules? Do you want to die? Remep stammered, but that guest, she said, she was an important person. She spoke as if she knew the leader very well, so I had no choice. Besides, guest number 38. Saria cut him off sharply. Wait a moment. Remep, oblivious to the interruption, continued. She claimed to be the lover of the Lord of Nightmares. Valak's voice was laced with incredulity. His lover, you say? Murmurs rippled through the crowd. The Lord of Nightmares, the fallen crown prince. Saria froze, her gaze fixed on Cass Soul. The Lord of Nightmares himself watched her reaction with amusement, a predatory gleam in his eyes. He was curious to see how far she would take this charade. Saria could only curse inwardly. Damn it all to hell. I'm done for. Valak bowed his head. Honor guest, my staff has made an error due to a misunderstanding. I apologize. Perhaps I could offer you a different slave. Saria replied smoothly. It's all right. Valak sounded perplexed. Oh, Saria continued. It's quite all right. I've confirmed everything I needed to. I have no choice but to finish this quickly. With that thought, Saria activated her incapacitating skill. A few hours earlier, in a mansion in the capital city, Cass Soul paused in his rigorous training, lost in thought. Saria Estriel, what is she hiding? I haven't been able to find a trace of her since then. She's neither noble nor humble. I don't even know where she is. She dared to defy me and then simply vanished. From the very beginning, she was a contrary woman. Though she feared me like the others, she approached me boldly, without pretense. She exceeded my expectations several times, and at some point, she became a crack in my armor. Little by little, she created openings, changing my life like this. A cursed calamity, and as a crown prince, such a change shouldn't be tolerated. But why? Why don't I completely despise this change? Adam Aprurochit, Your Highness, the expedition is fully prepared. Cass Soul inquired, what about the investigation? You mean the apothecary you mentioned before? Yes, we've thoroughly investigated the entire territory, but there's still no news. Forget it. I'll handle it personally. Do you have Lumika with you? Let me borrow it for a moment. Yes, here it is. Are you planning to practice swordsmanship again? No, I'm catching a rabbit. You need to set a trap. And to set a trap, you must be certain the rabbit will be enticed by it. Let's go to the auction house. The memory of bidding against Sarius surfaced in his mind. This woman, claiming to be my lover without a shred of fear. Judging by her audacity and her words earlier, she must be the one I'm looking for. Let's test it out then. Evaluate the one who claims to be my lover. Strange. I had intended to question her the moment we met. So why did I play along with this clumsy act? Why did I indulge it? Yes, there's only one possibility. This woman might not be Saria Estriel. It's the only explanation, but why? Are you planning to bid as well? Don't misunderstand. That brat already belongs to me. Why am I getting so angry at those words? Is that slave really that precious to you? This is troublesome. Is that a reaction to the spell? If so, then it's just as I thought. Valak asked, are you using magic right now? Saria replied, yes, that's right. Cass Soul mused, I knew she wasn't an ordinary apothecary, but I didn't think she knew magic. This is turning out to be quite effective. Saria Astriel. Saria walked towards Island and said, Island, things are about to get messy. When I count to 3, jump down into the arena. 1, 2, 3, jump. The monsters appeared. Get away. Panic erupted. A monster. Where? Cass Soul stood up. Now a monster. What an unexpected turn of events. With this, it seems I can't kill her after all. Very well. I'll postpone it for now. Be responsible. Be responsible for your actions, because from now on, there will be plenty of sins to condemn you for. The crowd descended into chaos. The monster's loose. It's a thunder rock. A thunder rock. Run. Island, hurry. Damn it, I know that, but the timing was perfect. I almost got swept away myself. Those idiots are using electric whips again. Every time a thunder rock is hit with electricity, it absorbs it. Its energy blasts are just like lightning. What if there was a side quest to capture a monster like this? Anyway, thanks to that damned Ion, I had to use unconscious and then wake up the thunder rock. Valak has collapsed, but he's just a puppet. He'll recover soon. We have to find and deal with the original body before then. Island, the plan's gone haywire. You need to evacuate the slaves now and quickly come back to help me. Island said worriedly, but, Saria, I brought this. Belisir's eyes. Saria froze when she saw it, then smacked Island. You idiot, were you caught stealing this? Island replied, No, Saria, it's not like that. I clearly told you to only steal Lorene's wreath, not this. Lucy, seeing Island getting hit, said, Go to my uncle. Saria asked, surprised, Uncle. Island replied, She's my niece. She thought to herself, that's right. Come to think of it, Island's entire family was captured. In the original story, he finds out about their deaths after destroying the Dark Guild. But as long as I'm here, that will never happen. Thank goodness. It seems they aren't too seriously injured. It's fortunate that elves are much stronger than humans. Saria took out a potion and said, This is just in case. Drink this. Lucy replied, Thank you. She thought, There's only one potion, but my blood gauge is full now. We don't have much time. We have to hurry. Listen carefully, Island. The one over there isn't a real Valak. It's a puppet created by dark magic. So we can't kill him unless we find the original body. Island said, the original body. Right, there was a small Valak. Saria continued, the original body also has Lorene's wreath, and it will soon restore the puppet. I'll find a way to stop him. So you need to evacuate the slaves, find young Valak, and retrieve Lorene's wreath. Island stared, astonished. Sister, you're going to... The further the body and the puppet are from each other, the harder it is to control. So he must be somewhere around here. The problem is, his followers are everywhere. Island asked, but with this, it will help a lot, right? Saria replied, actually, using this will completely conceal the wearer's presence and allow others to pass through you as if through thin air, so the chance of being caught is 0%. But the activation condition is rather tricky. Belisir's eyes require the wearer's tears to activate. Island froze. Tears? How can I possibly? Lucy's eyes suddenly welled up, and she burst into tears. Island asked anxiously, Lucy, what's wrong? Are you hurt somewhere? Lucy rubbed her eyes and replied, I can cry. Island protested, No, Lucy, you're too young to do something like this. It's dangerous. Lucy argued back, but if I don't, then father and mother. Island snapped, Don't talk nonsense. Lucy said, but she said that with this I won't be caught. Saria pondered silently. I don't want to do this, but the Thunder Rock will be here soon. I have to trust Lucy now. Saria placed Belisir's eyes on Lucy. Your mission is to find young Valak, who's hiding. Find him, take Lorene's wreath, and come back here and tell me his location. You absolutely must not take the necklace off. Can you do it, Lucy? Lucy giggled. Like hide and seek, right? I'll definitely find him. All right, hurry and go. Yes, sister. Well then, it's my turn now, isn't it? Saria then kicked off her shoes. Thanks to Cast Soul, I had to pay a higher price than I thought. So, great Thunder Rock, I'll definitely catch you and make you pay for it. Despite her brave words, the Thunder Rock dragged Saria along like a dog on a leash. She was communicating with the beast using the reins of an ancient demon. The remaining time until communication was complete was 1 minute. Saria yelled, Stay still. I said stay still. With that, she yanked the Thunder Rock's head down, forcing it to land. If you don't want to get hit again, behave yourself. The stricken Thunder Rock let out a silent whimper. Thanks to the forceful interaction with the beast, the taming process was quickly completed. Congratulations, you have received a new pet. You have acquired a level 150 Great Thunder Rock. Saria sighed in relief. Good thing it listened to me back then, but I still have something to take care of. That disgusting creature has recovered. He truly is a monster. Saria commanded, Let's go, Rock. The Thunder Rock soared into the sky. Finish him. The subsequent attack struck Valak directly. Saria landed, thinking to herself, Is it over? My vision is blurred by the smoke. Valak stood up, laughing. Hee, how amusing. To tame a beast while you wait. Saria pointed at him. Rock, attack again. As soon as she spoke, the Thunder Rock collapsed to the ground. Valak let out a cruel laugh. I wondered if something like this might happen. I've starved it for so long, draining its strength with the sealing chains. Perfect. I'll devour it whole and use it to replace my lost arm. The moment he finished speaking, Valak lunged at Saria, but she dodged with a timely leap. Damn it, I'm almost out of mana. She immediately unleashed her annihilation skill, sending it hurtling towards Valak. I need to buy more time, but I'm out of poison. From now on, I have to be incredibly careful. Lost in thought, Saria was caught off guard when Valak grabbed her. It's suspicious that you haven't tried to kill me. Are you trying to stall for time so the slaves can escape? Saria glared at him, thinking, this disgusting creature. How can he regenerate his arm so quickly? It means he's absorbing mana nearby. If there's a place he can absorb mana right now. Lucy, Saria shouted, go to the monster holding cells. Valak's true body must be there. Valak swung his fist. I can't let you do that. Saria retaliated with a fierce attack, kicking him back 10 feet. Her mana was completely depleted. By now, most of the slaves must have escaped. She said, right? Let's see if we find your true body first, or if you stop the slaves first. Valak, enraged, lunged at her. I've never tasted an adult before, but you look quite appetizing. I'll start with you here, and then I'll devour all the slaves. Shut up, Saria yelled, attempting to use annihilation again. A notification appeared. Insufficient mana. Unable to activate annihilation, level 999. Well, I'm screwed. Valak laughed. Out of mana, are you? Desperate, Saria blurted out, wait. Give me time to transform. Didn't you watch magical girl anime when you were little? You know you're not supposed to interrupt a transformation. Valak lunged. I won't fall for your tricks. It's time for you to die. Just as he reached her, his arm was severed. Cassol stood there, sword in hand. Cassol landed another blow, striking Valak's face. Saria stared, dumbfounded. Huh, what has happened? Cassol turned to her. Why didn't you dodge? Were you tired of living? Saria's eyes widened. What? Why is he here? Cassol continued. Watching from the sidelines was boring me to death. I couldn't stand it any longer. What's with this raggedy appearance of yours? Saria stammered. My appearance. Oh my god, my dress. Cassol tossed her a cloak. Here, cover yourself up. No need to thank me. Saria pouted. Do I look that pathetic? Cassol stepped closer. And I have a few questions for you. Could you be? Before he could finish, another attack came hurtling towards them. Saria shoved Cassol out of the way. You're quite the lifesaver, Cassol remarked. Are you a mage? Saria frowned. What are you talking about? Cassol gestured towards her. Your movements. They remind me of someone I know. Saria thought to herself, why is he saying this to me? He must not know anything, right? Saria pushed his hand away. What are you talking about? You've never seen my face. Cassol replied, I'm looking at it now. Saria panicked internally. What? Oh crap, I'm not wearing a mask. You must be mistaking me for someone else. This is the first time I've met you. Cassol said, you two look exactly alike. Saria tried to reassure herself. There's no need to worry. He's never seen my face when I was a pharmacist. She asked, but what are you doing here? Cassol said coldly, are you joking? I won't sit idly by while someone uses my name however they please. Saria bowed her head. I sincerely apologize. Cassol crossed his arms and chuckled. Sincerely apologize. Let's put that aside for now. As soon as he finished speaking, another attack came hurtling towards them. Valak roared, you damn nuisances. I'll tear you both to shreds. Step back, Cassol commanded. You used up all your mana earlier. You can't defeat him. What makes you think you're any different? Saria retorted. The poison will leak out if I'm injured, so I'll be fine. Saria's thoughts turned grim. So, are we just going to die here? Valak lunged. Game over. I'm going to kill you. Before the blow could land, he suddenly froze. A figure appeared in the distance. It was Lucy, accompanied by Valak's true form. Saria gasped. Lucy, are you alright? Lucy replied, yes. After I got this, Valak couldn't do anything. Saria smiled. You did well. I'm so glad you're not hurt. Lucy's family members rushed towards her. Island approached and said, I'm here too, Saria. Good job, Island. Island looked puzzled. Wait, who's that? Saria replied that. You mean Cassol. Thanks to him taking care of the organization's members, we were able to escape easily. She thought to herself, even though he helped Island, I don't know what he's planning. Still, I've received quite a bit of help. Island looked downcast. But because of the slave collars, my family couldn't escape. Saria replied, you can remove them now. Lucy got the Lauren wreath from Valak. Island's eyes widened in astonishment. Really? Really? Saria confirmed. Island's sister beamed. We're finally free. I heard you save us all by helping Lucy. Thank you so much. Saria deflected the praise towards Cass Soul. I didn't do much. It was all thanks to this guy over here. She smiled inwardly. If Cass Soul builds up his reputation with this good deed before he recovers his power, things will be much easier. It also leaves a good impression on Island. Two birds with one stone. A notification of Castle's emotions appeared. Lord of Nightmares is suspicious of you to a certain degree. Destroy your enemies with kindness. You don't need to thank me. Lucy ran over. Uncle, this is a present for you. Saria nudged Island. What are you waiting for? There's your reward. Island hesitated. But it was all thanks to you, wasn't it? Saria winked. What are you talking about? You saved Lucy, and you're the one who helped your family escape. Besides, with his information, he doesn't need that thing. I'm already strong enough, and it's useless to me anyway. Island smiled. You said you couldn't use magic. A notification of Island's feelings appeared. Island Griselda's affection for you has increased significantly. Thank you, Lucy. Valak, you're far more pathetic than you used to be. Is this your true form? D. The words had barely left her lips when Valak was struck down, collapsing and dropping a level 200 soul reflection curse doll. Huh, isn't that? Saria mused, picking it up. I'll keep this. It's a dangerous item. Valak's voice trembled. No, please, it's just a doll, Valak pleaded. Saria thought to herself, ridiculous. This will put an end to your crimes. Suddenly, a violet light erupted. A notification appeared. Due to the dark magic curse, HP will decrease every 10 minutes. Island cried out, worried, sister. Saria clutched her head. The penalty is quite severe. It seems a trip to Dover Village is unavoidable. But I still have to finish what I started, right? With that, Saria used the annihilation skill. The light began to incinerate Valak, who screamed in agony. No, my body. I worked so hard to create it. The soul reflection cursed doll must have reset, but remained intact, just like in the game. Island spoke up because of that bastard, you. Saria replied. Island, take him back to the hotel first. Island asked, just me and him. What about you? Saria answered, I still have some things to do. Here's a scroll for instant teleportation. There are still a few things I need to take care of before I return to Dover Village. Saria lowered her voice, just in case you want to get some revenge. I mean, on that bastard. As long as you don't kill him, you can always punish him with poison. Island asked, don't they always say not to seek revenge? Saria retorted, why would I say that? Does Valak deserve any mercy from me? Island chuckled, you really are unique, but also quite aggressive. A notification of Island's feelings appeared. Island Griselda is slightly flustered by your words. What's this? Is it good or bad? All right, let's go, Lucy. See you later, sister. Saria waved back. Dusting off her hands, she thought to herself, that's taken care of for the most part. Now I just need to find Loy. Where could it have gone in all the chaos? Some monsters, like Loy, revert to their egg form to recover quickly when they suffer critical injuries. So I have to find Loy in its egg form. Where could it be hiding? Cass Soul approached and asked, is this what you're looking for? Saria was surprised. Why are you still here? No, more importantly, how did you get that? Cass Soul said coldly. I took it from a bastard you just cut the hand off of. He handed it to her. I found it in the rubble. I was wondering why you bought that ratty old rope. Do you have a hobby of collecting junk? Saria interrupted. Junk. This is my priceless treasure. Cass Soul asked, that oversized, scruffy bird. Saria, indignant, replied, it's a great area. Let's just stay out of each other's way. Cass Soul reached out and grabbed her arm. Wait. Saria turned back and asked, what? Cass Soul looked at her hand. Something this severe. Without purification potions or holy water, it'll be difficult to heal. Saria thought to herself, is this the after effect of the curse from earlier? Cass Soul continued, his voice laced with disbelief. You must be insane to tear apart a sacrificial offering used in a demonic summoning with your bare hands. Are you arrogant or just mad? Or perhaps self-destruction is a hobby of yours? A notification of Castle's emotional state appeared. The Lord of Nightmares doubts your intelligence and mental state. The pot calling the kettle black. Saria thought to herself, biting back a retort. Aloud, she said, let go of my hand. Cass Soul pulled a vial from his pocket. Wait. He poured the vial's contents on Saria's injured hand, the wounds slowly beginning to close. Saria stared, surprised. This is not holy water. She breathed, her mind racing. Isn't it? Don't tell me that he's actually taking care of me. Oh my God. Cass Soul asked, his gaze steady. Are you injured anywhere else? I'm fine now, Saria replied, feeling a wave of relief wash over her as the dark magic's curse receded under the holy water's influence. The blood gauge, lowered by the penalty command, has been temporarily suspended, she noted internally. When the penalty restarts, I'll have to return to Dover Village immediately. This is holy water, she stated, still slightly dazed. Yes, Cass Soul confirmed. It's only a temporary fix. You should seek help from the temple. Where did you get holy water? Saria inquired, her brow furrowed. From those bastards, Cass Soul answered curtly. Holy water was a rarity, difficult even for royalty to obtain, usually circulating only within the black market. Wait, Saria thought, a flicker of unease in her chest. He used that precious holy water on me. You didn't have to do that, she murmured, avoiding his gaze. Castle's eyes narrowed. Then why did you do it? What was your reason? Was that slave so precious to you? Castle's emotional status window appeared, feeling suspicious of you. Saria's mind reeled. Slave? Is he talking about Island? Of course not, she replied, forcing a steady tone. I was just helping a close friend. Castle turned away dismissively. Fine, but more importantly, he said, his voice regaining its usual sharpness, put on the clothes I gave you. You can't enter the temple looking like that. Whose fault is it that I'm like this? Saria retorted, gesturing to her disheveled state. I've been rolling around on the ground. I couldn't just stand by and watch you like that, Castle replied. Calm down, Saria exclaimed, feeling a blush creep up her neck. I can't breathe. This idiot, she thought frantically, has he figured out who I am? I'm going to suffocate. Stop it. All right, that's enough, Castle said, releasing her. That's enough. What does that even mean? Saria wondered, still flustered. Is this a brooch? With this, I shouldn't be thrown out of the temple. But it's not an item or accessory with any special abilities. Why would he give me this? I always thought he only bought expensive and beautiful things. But he buys things like this too. As I thought, Cassol mused, it's too extravagant. This should be enough to keep you from being kicked out of the temple. Though whether they'll give you holy water is another matter. Normally, I'd be happy to receive it, Saria thought, her fingers tracing the brooch's intricate design. But it's a favor from the male lead. You're staring at me like you think it's poisoned, Cassol observed dryly. I haven't done anything, so take it before I change my mind. Thank you, Saria mumbled. Suddenly, a shout echoed through the area. Where's the intruder? What are you planning to do? Saria asked, her voice tight with apprehension. We need to clean up this place, Cassol replied, holding up a small, ominous object. A level 5 timed incendiary bomb. I wonder why he bought things like that at the auction, Saria thought, her eyes widening. He's gonna blow this place up. The auction house, once a beacon of commerce, succumbed to darkness. In a single night, it was reduced to rubble, the culprit behind its destruction forever lost to the shadows. Saria thought to herself, he's the one who blew it up, isn't he? I understand, she said. Well then, please clean this place up. I'll be going now. Goodbye. Cassol stopped her. Wait, he said. Shouldn't we at least exchange names, in case our paths cross again? Saria's face paled. No, there's no need, she stammered. You're so willing to discard my name as you please, without a shred of conscience. Cassol questioned. Saria grimaced. We're not going to see each other again anyway. Cassol turned away. Who knows? He mused. Perhaps fate will have us meet again. Hey, Saria called after him. He won't listen anyway, she thought. Suddenly, Saria felt a drain on her health and points. Damn it, the curse penalty is back. Well, this is how it is now. Dangerously low, Saria's health plummeted below 10%. She would soon be automatically transported to the nearest NPC zone. Use this if you find it difficult to escape the bomb, she shouted, thrusting something towards him. Take it or leave it. I don't care anymore. I'm out of here, she thought as she fled. Cassol picked up the offered item. Not blue, but violet, he murmured, examining it. This situation is strange. The timing of these events is accelerating, he thought. As I suspected, she's definitely the cause. He recalled her vehement protests, even while wearing the clothes and hairpin he had provided. Despite her brazen and impertinent behavior, instead of anger, I thought I saw blue eyes in my dream, but they were violet. I wasted money on a hairpin that didn't suit her. Your Highness, Adam addressed him. As you requested, we have cleared all the lower floors. It's time, Cassol declared. Lead the knights and proceed to the royal palace at once. Organize a tournament as soon as my position is restored. Will you oversee the tournament personally, Your Highness? Adam inquired. No, Cassol replied. If she intends to stay a step ahead, I will match her pace. I will go to the temple, he announced. A few days later, at the temple, the deposed crown prince has been reinstated. A man in black robes asked. Yes, another confirmed. A letter arrived, stating he will visit the temple soon. Your Holiness, a concerned voice spoke, if the royal authority is restored, the standing of our temple will diminish, of course, the Pope stated gravely. We have painstakingly built up the Church's power. We must act before it's too late. Lip, schedule an inspection for tomorrow. Your Holiness, Lip pleaded, I haven't yet recovered from the exhaustion of the previous inspection. Please grant me one more day. How can you speak of rest when we need the capital's support as soon as possible? The Pope retorted, if you cannot manage this yourself, borrow the power of that nice child. Nice, it was understood, was Lip's twin sister. But that power is... Lip hesitated. Yes, the Pope interrupted, deep and unclean. However, given the current circumstances, we cannot afford to be picky. Now go prepare. If you do not wish to return to the days of begging and pleading, you should quickly prepare for the inspection. Lip said, yes, I understand. He thought to himself, use nice power. Does he want to reveal that power to everyone? If that happens, we'll truly be bound to His Holiness forever. But first, we need to survive. That way, Nice, we'll be safe. Lip went to find Nice. He burst in a Nice room. What should I do? His Holiness, move the inspection to tomorrow. I haven't fully recovered my strength yet. Please help me, Nice. Please. Nice said, but my power, if I use it again so soon, it's dangerous. Lip cried out, but you can do it, can't you? Please, Nice. I don't want to go back to how things were before. Do it for me. Nice thought for a moment, then replied, all right, I'll do anything for you. Lip said happily, thank you, Nice. You promised. Nice thought to herself, oh God, someone please save me. Will there be an end to this? I'm sorry, Lip. I should have been the one to die before, not you. If I died, everything would be resolved. Chapter 3 Mission, the Temple. Objective, find and meet the third companion at the rendezvous point and expose the secret that the temple has been hiding. The scene shifted to Saria Estreel. She thought to herself, 3 weeks until the tournament begins. After finishing the Valak mission, I spent a few days reorganizing Dover Village. And Loy, who turned into an egg, is at the shop. I hired goblins who had nowhere to go. It was a good idea to leave the shop to the goblins. Now that I'm done reorganizing, I can relax a bit and leisurely head to the temple. Just as she was about to lie down and relax, a notification popped up. Administrator Ariel has summoned you. Saria yelled, what the? Summoned. What's going on? Administrator Array cried, Miss Saria, an emergency has occurred. Since you're an NPC and can't see the quest window, I had to relay this information to you immediately. Administrator G.E.N.U. The tournament has been moved forward by a week. Castle has recovered his position and taken over the royal palace. Huh? Saria asked, what are you talking about? By the original timeline, Castle shouldn't even be at the royal palace yet. You said Castle was just arriving in the capital today. How could he have already taken over the royal palace? Administrator GNU said, no. He seized the royal palace 4 days ago, in the morning. Saria thought, if it was 4 days ago, then he went straight to the royal palace after saying goodbye to me. Saria asked suspiciously, are you guys messing with something to make things difficult for me? Administrator GNU said, we don't know anything. It was all Castle's doing. Saria said, whose doing could it be other than his? GNU retorted, don't deny reality and blame others. Array interjected, calm down, both of you. Due to these unforeseen circumstances, we hope you can understand. Array continued, by the way, the Sanus' inspection in the capital is tomorrow. Saria thought to herself, it's easy for them to talk since it's not their problem. So, they'll be here tomorrow, right? Fine. Now that things have come to this, I'll finish this game faster than anyone. The Sanus' inspection is scheduled before the warrior selection tournament. Normally, the Sanus' group would return after the inspection, but they're supposed to be attacked by heretics. The warrior squad joins forces with the Holy Knights to defeat them, but they get cursed, and they go to the temple with the Saintess for purification. It's a cliché story. However, there's one problem. The heretics aren't prepared for anything. What do you mean? Saria asked. The main plot has been pushed forward, so the heretics' plan has gone up in smoke. So they've abandoned their plan to attack the Saintess, Saria said. Without the heretics' attack, how do we approach the Saintess? Ariel said, I'll remove all the pharmacist NPCs from the capital. Sarah asked, what good are pharmacists? They have holy water. Sarah said, my superior, the saintess, is also human, not a divine being, so she can't be perfect. Especially, she can't use her healing powers on herself. Sarah said, so, of course, she'll be carrying a ton of healing potions. Jian said, oh, you're getting smarter. Sarah said, Adam didn't know about his sister's illness either, until someone gave him the right medicine, right? The saintess has an allergy of unknown origin. Sarah thought to herself, they want me to use that to get close to her. She asked, what is she allergic to? Is it? Then Sarah went to the temple to find Lip. I prepared a few things to establish a relationship with the saintess. The charm doll I took from Valak last time. This doll has strict conditions of use, so I have to bring him along. Is that Bjorn village where the saintess is going? The villain is gone, so today, I'll play the villain. Wait for me, saintess. Bjorn Village Hospital. The people were surprised to see Saintess Nice. Oh, saintess, we never expected you to come to this small village. Despite other battles, you still came here when you heard that the village was ravaged by monsters. Saintess, please help us. My child is seriously injured. He's lost a lot of blood and is unconscious. Please save his life. Nice said, please calm down. I will help you. Sir Pelton, Nice lightly cut her finger with a knife, letting her blood drip onto the boy's wound. The boy's mother cried out, the wound is healing. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Saintess Nice. Pelton then said to Nice, Saintess, please treat the wound. Nice said, I can't stand by and watch others live in fear. Lead me to the battlefield where the monsters are. Pelton said to Nice, Saintess, you mustn't go there. It's too dangerous. I am the sole representative of the divine. With my divine power, the monsters cannot harm me. Everyone, stay here and don't move. Then the Saintess went to find the monster and fight. Pelton shouted, Saintess, be careful. Wait, look, the monsters, they aren't attacking ferociously anymore. They've knelt before Lip. Lip announced, perhaps you won't believe this, but the divine has granted me the power to tame these creatures. Though they've lost their will and often attack humans, these monsters were created by the divine. The temple has confined these monsters and trained them into submission. In the near future, this world will be a place without slaughter and meaningless sacrifice. We have shed too much blood and tears in the fight against monsters. A peaceful land without death, a world where everyone coexists. This is the will of the divine. Please, don't lose your faith and pray. If we no longer need to fight monsters, this is truly a miracle. Lip thought to herself, it's going as planned. Thank goodness I asked Nice to control the monsters. You ignorant, foolish humans. From the very beginning, it was the Pope and the temple who ordered the monsters here. If we were still like before, we would be in that crowd. Cheering, she mused darkly. Those poor, ignorant, foolish twins from the slums. We will never go back to those days. She turned to Nice. So, Nice, this is something that will never change. You should have used your power to help the Pope from the start. Suddenly, a scream ripped through the air. Lip, run. Pelton rushed forward to protect Lip. No blood, but then a wave of noxious gas erupted, overwhelming Pelton. Poison gas. Everyone run. Lip thought a curse. As a saintess, I can heal this. But as she inhaled the fumes, her breath caught in her throat. Get the saintess to safety. Quickly, Pelton roared. Lip struggled to breathe, her thoughts turning to Nice. You idiot, Nice. She thought desperately. What are you doing with that Valak guy? Nice panicked. I didn't do anything. Lip gasped, this is dark magic. Who? A sharp voice cut through the chaos. Do you want to die? Why haven't you run yet? Nice stammered, I didn't do it. The monster you tamed. The voice interrupted. Oh, it wasn't you. It was me. It was Saria Estriel. Nice stared. Are you a heretic or a dark magic user? Saria replied calmly. I'm just a pharmacist. Administrator Ariel appeared in a chat window, using the Saintess's mushroom allergy to release fungal spores and make it look like poison. Saria, you're brilliant. Saria smirked. It was nothing. Since allergy symptoms can't be cured with holy water, they'll have to find a pharmacist to treat the Saintess. The problem of entering the temple is solved, Saria thought. The remaining problem is this troublesome girl, the final main character of the game. Nice. Lip's twin sister. I thought she would awaken and become the true Saintess later in the story. Who knew she'd have the same allergy as her sister? My mistake. I didn't intend to drag her into this. Well, I have no choice but to take her back to the hotel. It shouldn't affect the game too much. Lost in thought, Saria was startled by Eileen bursting in. Sister, what did you do with that Valak guy? I couldn't stay with him because of that awful smell. Come to think of it, he was covered in blood when I created that fake gargoyle. She mused, recalling the grotesque, elongated creature she'd fashioned in the Western architectural style. Nice sudden awakening startled Saria. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? Nice asked, disoriented. Are you alright? Saria inquired, feigning concern. Nice emotional status window materialized, displaying fear directed at Saria. When the main character's status windows first appear, it's never anything good, Saria thought to herself, grimly amused. At least the others aren't suspicious or trying to kill me like someone I know. Where's this place? Nice repeated, her voice trembling. A hotel in the capital, Saria replied smoothly. A hotel. Nice echoed, suspicion lacing her tone. Did you bring me here to kill me? What? No, I'm not going to kill you, Saria answered, a touch too quickly. Nice is a crucial character. I have to protect her at all costs, Saria reminded herself. She's the female lead in this game. She's supposed to develop a romantic relationship with Castle later on. If Castle sees Nice dead and goes down a dark path, he might just wipe out the entire game. You absolutely cannot die, so stop saying such ridiculous things, Saria scolded gently. Then, please take me to the temple right now, Nice stammered, her anxiety evident. Lip has been poisoned. I know, Saria said calmly, but drink this first, and then we'll talk. Nice eyed the offered vial with apprehension. Is this poison? I told you I'm not going to kill you, Saria insisted, a hint of impatience in her voice. It's medicine for your mushroom allergy. You're allergic to mushrooms, remember. How do you know that? Nice questioned, her suspicion flaring. Her status window popped up again, radiating distrust. Stop it, Saria said firmly. The poison gas from that gargoyle earlier was from mushroom spores. You inhaled some and fainted. Just drink this and stop being so suspicious. Ariel, ever eager to please, chimed in. See, I drank it all. Saria pressed on, trying to convince Nice. If it were poison, you'd be dead whether you drank it or not, right? Trust me and just try it. To Saria and Ariel's surprise, Nice drank the contents of the vial. Most poisons can't kill me anyway, she stated matter-of-factly. Is she saying these things to a stranger because she's naive or because she's lost the will to live? Saria wondered. Either way, good job. Well, I drank it, so now I'll be leaving. Please let me go, Nice declared, attempting to regain control of the situation. Not yet, Saria countered. I need to see if the medicine is working, and Sainus Lip is still in Bjorn village. At the mention of her sister, Nice cried out, Lip, how is she? Is she all right? Well, she seems to be okay, although she still has a rash, Saria replied, carefully choosing her words. Actually, I gave Lip the mushroom allergy medicine too, but it was heavily diluted, so it'll take until tomorrow for her symptoms to fully subside and for her to return to the temple. The Saintess hasn't returned to the temple yet, so you can't go back before her, can you? Saria reasoned. Now go take a bath, eat something delicious, and get a good night's sleep. Saria turned to Ariel. Go back to your room for a bit. Why? Ariel asked, confused. Nice need to take a bath first, Saria explained. Oh, okay, then you go, Ariel said, misinterpreting Saria's words. Why would I leave my room? Saria retorted, exasperated. You said you were going to take a bath. Obviously, Ariel shot back. Please don't argue because of me, Nice interjected, flustered by their bickering. Eileen said, ooh, my ears have been itching this whole time. Why is he talking so gently? Saria asked, what are you talking about? Eileen replied, are you blind? He's clearly a boy. Saria, exasperated, mentally cursed Eileen's entire family lineage. Don't be rude to my guest. Eileen said, I'm just telling you. You're always scolding me. Saria, fuming, thought this brat. Turning to Nice, she asked, are you all right? I apologize for Eileen's rudeness. Nice said I'm sorry, but I think you should leave. Saria asked, huh? Why? Nice replied, I don't want to see your face right now. Nice emotional status window appeared, feeling disappointed in Saria Estriel. Please, I'm begging you. Saria stepped outside, bewildered. What was that? Why is she so angry? She ruffled her hair and exclaimed, what in the world is going on? Nothing is going right. The next morning, Saria mused. Nice ate even more than Eileen last night. She doesn't look like the type, but she adapts quickly. Nice said, I think I should go. Saria thought, is she always this brazen? Administrator Ariel's message appeared in the chat window. Miss Saria, the Sainus' party has arrived. Saria said, all right, let's go. Nice, observing this, asked, "Are you really not going to do anything?" Saria asked, "What am I supposed to do?" Nice replied, "If I just leave like this, then why did you kidnap me?" Saria, rubbing her head, said, "Because I ruined the Sanus's trip. I didn't intend to, but you got dragged into it, so I have to take responsibility." Nice asked, "You said you weren't with the heretics. Why did you ruin the trip?" Saria replied, "Because I wanted a job, I guess." Nice wondered to find a job. Then she added, "Anyway, thank you for the antidote and for the delicious food and for letting me stay at the hotel." Saria responded, a little embarrassed, "Look at you, thanking your kidnapper. If you're really grateful, keep quiet about what I did. If we ever meet again, let's pretend we don't know each other." Nice asked, "Could we meet again?" Saria replied, "If the opportunity arises." Nice emotional status window appeared, feeling a bit of goodwill towards you. Saria thought, "Isn't she a little too trusting?" Suddenly, Nice took Saria's hand. Saria thought, "I didn't want you to hold my hand. If someone wanted to take her life, she'd probably just hand it over." Saria bid Nice farewell and turned to leave. Suddenly, Nice tugged on Saria's clothes. "Wait a minute. Can you show me both of your hands?" "Both of them," Saria thought. "So this is the moment the records are adjusted to resolve the curse. I really did receive a punishment. Only someone with divine power can detect a curse this small. How could Nice notice it?" Suddenly, Nice kissed Saria's hand, catching her completely off guard. Saria was so surprised she didn't know how to react. Then, an emotional status window appeared. The endurance reduction penalty will disappear thanks to the inherent skill of the one abandoned by the divine. Nice said, "Your curse was showing yesterday, so now we're accomplices. So, I'll be going now." Saria thought, "What just happened? Did the female lead just kiss the back of my hand?" Nice had returned to the temple. The Pope said, "You're late. Where have you been? I hear the knights were searching for you." Nice replied, "I was ambushed and lost consciousness in the valley." The Pope asked, "Did anyone see you?" Nice answered, "No, Your Holiness. I swear it's true." The Pope turned and commanded, "Look up and look me in the eye, Nice. Swear to the gods you haven't spoken a single lie. Is that right?" Nice thought to herself, "I have to keep my promise to Saria. Yes, I swear I'm not lying." The Pope, gazing at Nice, said, "Good. All right then, how was it outside the temple? Was it better than being inside?" "The warmth of those who cared for me the day I fainted was so comforting. The hotel was so comfortable. The food incredibly delicious. I don't want to return to the temple, but I can't say that." Nice replied, "No, Your Holiness. It was much worse than the temple." Indeed, the Pope agreed. The people outside the temple still yearn to be touched by the gods. That is why every moment is busy and every second missed. The Pope continued, "But one of your cursed abilities wasn't properly guarded against. It has caused great harm to your sister and the temple. Your sister has returned with rashes all over her body. No one welcomes a hideous Sanus. How could a brother stand in the way of his only sister?" Nice, you were raised like Lip, so you must know. Those who don't use the power bestowed upon them by the gods. Nice, filled with fear, responded, "They will be drained of their power and must seek atonement from the inside out. If that doesn't work, I must become the hand of the gods." The Pope declared, "I don't know if this will end with you atoning for your sins today. I will have to seek the protection of the gods. It's time for confession, isn't it?" Nice, lifting her shirt, replied yes. After which, she was punished by the Pope. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like and subscribe for the earliest notifications. Thank you.